Okay, hello everybody, welcome. Today is the 50th session of Simple Path. Something that honestly should have probably happened quite a bit earlier, if not for many delays. But we're here now, and I am very privileged to say we have
You
made
are.
it this far.
I heard you like
Yay!
delays, kid.
Do we
Would you
get
like?
a level for that?
No,
We get a free level?
no,
I think he heard. I
No.
think I heard him say we get
No.
free magic
no,
items.
stop, do not.
If you insist, I'll add it to my sheet.
Let's see, okay, Siren disappears to wherever her town is.
No!
Remember we were just talking about
You can go be like
hyperfixation
level
and
15 over wherever
autism?
your town is.
Y'all
No.
immediately started brain gobbling for a level, so
Yep.
I'm gonna reiterate the autism conversation.
Wait, I didn't join them.
Mhm.
You did it in your brain. You were
Yeah,
gearing
I didn't.
no, that's-
I heard
feel
you
it.
join. I heard it.
You joined
I
the
heard
hive
it in my
mind.
mental
Anyway,
link.
so people used to giggle when I added the autism tag to the Twitch stream. Now it's just the case.
You added that as a
It's been there
tag?
for a while now.
Oh,
What?
it's been there
I
for a
never
while.
noticed.
As the Pope of Autism, I sanctify this.
Of course.
I
Alright.
bless this.
Our party name is the
Mashallah,
Autistics.
brother.
Bless this mess. God damn it.
Anyway, session.
Call our
Take it away.
Let's
Anyways,
go.
Thank you for redeeming the boon, Matt. Right. Anyway, the
Yeah, I got you.
the boon for our artist.
I'm trying to cure somebody.
We can call our we can call the party like the call the party like the critical spectrum or something.
Oh my God, we still need to think of a party name.
Yeah,
At some
I
point.
figure
Yeah, we
it'll
don't
come
have
with
one.
time.
Yeah.
You do? I don't think you do.
No, we don't. I said we don't have one.
Yeah, you don't. I figured I'd never really push for it because if you guys want one, you can have one, and I figured a good one will come with time. Anyway,
Yeah.
the last we left off,
Psycho and her workers.
Chico and her workers, yes.
Maybe
Chico-
something
The
with
Chico.
vodka.
Chico's little helpers. Only more of you were elves.
Chimco.
Party last left off last session
Oh my god.
with some interesting happenings. Vark blew up a mustard bottle and sending a hot dog seller sky high. He ended up doing a small stint in prison. What was it?
Art comes out with tattoos and everything all over.
He already has tattoos.
He comes out with more.
I already served my time. I ain't going back, copper.
Guys just gets a little teardrop tattoo. It's like, oh my god, you killed somebody in prison? No, it's for every tear I've shed for the crimes I've done. Totally misunderstanding the prison etiquette. Didn't actually go to prison, just stayed in holding. Can't tell the difference.
Yep.
But knowing Vark, he's actually got like legal education, so he might actually know the difference. Anyway, Karya and Vair spent some time brooding like proper dark, edgy protagonists. Siren, Flick, and Mallory got shit-faced.
Yeah.
And where was Hollow again? Oh yeah, he was supervising Bark.
Yeah, I was doing the shop, and then the incident happened.
Yeah, you were running your alchemy stand. By the way, from that venture, you for the short time you were manning the stand, you earned yourself a total of 2 gold and 6 silver.
Yeah.
Honestly, not a bad haul for your average person.
Not bad. It's actually not bad.
And the bail to break Varg out was 2 gold and 10 silver pieces.
Just shy. Unfortunate. But yes, I think a good place to pick up off from is probably the prison situation. As we, I'm gonna speed things along a little bit. We're gonna start off on the second day, as I'm going to assume Siren, Mallory, and Flick basically dragged themselves back to the inn after getting shit-faced and staying out all night. There will be stories passing around the city. Let me just do something real quick.
Wait, what kind of stories?
Good question. Uh, uh,
Yeah.
do I want to be so bold?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Go
Uh,
for it.
I don't want to. Like, I very quick. I considered one thing. I was like, no, that would mean to Flick. He's also not here. Oh yeah, he can't make it today. He's at a friend's wedding at the moment, so he's currently occupied. I hope he's having a good time.
I hope he's getting wasted.
Me too, man. I hope he's getting wasted and having a good time. Drinking for all of us. The stories that spread around are something you will have to discover later. You can always ask around using things like diplomacy for rumors, and maybe you might hear something. But yes, there will be some stories passed around. You guys went through an absolute rager last night and started and made yourself something of a spectacle within the bar you were occupying. People were even cheering for you. Yes, you probably, I'm assuming, are waking up to a hell of a hangover. While Vark has been put in holding for the time being. He is himself not in the drunk tank itself, since he is not there for the crime of inebriating yourself to being a nuisance to society. So instead, you're being basically held for time to think about your actions, and also as penitence for causing a public disturbance and property damage. Also, until the actual damage can be summed up and a fine levied against you. By the next morning, you're given a cot that you can sleep on. Likewise for Hollow, if he stays there, or if he leaves Vark to stew while he goes back to his nice warm inn.
Yeah, I guess I'll stay there with him. Sure. I'll just be like
Okay, they'll give you a cot as well. You wake up to a basic but serviceable breakfast of some sausage pate on a bread.
Staying.
You would have stayed? Okay. So the three of you would have woken up to a chilly morning and a very serviceable breakfast of sausage pate on rye bread and some hot tea. Seems like the basic stuff that the guards get along with the prisoners. When you've woken up and you've been given, everybody has had a chance to wake. The guards got up real early, but they would have waited a little bit for you guys to wake up, so that you're coherent and capable, and you and all of your companions are cognizant before legal matters are addressed. At which point, the guard captain from before is not around. She apparently has other things she needs to deal with, so you're being left in the service of a lieutenant who works on her behalf. This man is a shorter, dark-haired, young, what looks like a half-elf in a basic leather jerkin with a clipboard, who addresses you all and says, "Okay, so the basic fine seems to be, oh, I see. Thankfully, injuries seem to have been minimal from the accident, Mr. Beloved. Is that correct?"
You can just call him Vark.
I see. Well then, Mr. Vark, the injuries were minimal, though there are quite a few people complaining of splinters in the aftermath. Not quite enough to warrant magical healing, so people will simply have to pull those out manually. The more injured party, the gentleman who was most closely exposed to the explosion, thanks to your intervention with the potion, has made a swift recovery and has decided not to levy charges against you after being given the full situation. Seems like a reasonable man. Many others, I think, would have with issuing the charges. Still, the legal system demands that we do levy some sort of fine against you, and as a result, the fine comes in total of 15 gold pieces for public disturbance and destruction of property, No fines for disruption of business, impediment of legal functionings, or damages to property will be given on behalf of the shop owner, as he was running a fraudulent business. That cuts out about 2,000 gold worth of fines right there. And for negligent harm and for gross negligence and reckless endangerment of quite a few people, there's an extra added fine of 200 gold. That comes up to a sum total of about 215 gold pieces.
I'll pay for it.
Very good. Your friend here will post your bail. Please, if you would. He turns the clipboard around to you where the list of charges is, as well as the posted fine and bail. If you would hand the gold over and sign here, and then on the sheet underneath, we can have that.
How much is his bail? 215, or is it like
in
an
total? The fine for the damages as well as the bail included are. But well, technically it's not bail because he's not imprisoned. He's just in detention. But the fine for damages and reckless endangerment comes up to 215.
250. Okay. Yeah, Holo will sign the best he can. Or well, no, he can read it.
You're a very literate individual.
Yeah, very, very literate actually. Yeah, he will sign it. He's probably not really familiar with actually all the legal mumbo jumbo, but yeah, no, he'll sign it or whatever, and hand the officer the requested amount of gold.
Okay, you hand over the gold. He slips it into a coffer box and then pulls off one of the sheets and hands it to you. He says, "That's your copy. If you wish, please do hold on to that if you intend to stay here for very long, as that may need to be referenced at a later point. As also, in case anything goes wrong on our side, you can prove that you were acquitted or that you have paid the fine for the crime, and you do not need to repeat doing so at a later point."
Sure, you're good at keeping
in full transparency, we have had issues on our side where documents have fallen through the cracks, and legal bodies have pursued people who have already paid their fines, and they did not have proof of such. So we have made a tendency of printing in duplicate and triplicate, just to avoid repeats of such events. So then, thank you very much. Thank you for your patience, and I hope we never have to meet again like this. Take care and have a pleasant day at the festival.
Likewise, and thank you.
And
the
young man will give you a little wave as you depart.
Bart goes outside, sees another fraudulent hot dog stand, blows it up.
Spark with malicious intent.
Yeah, right.
I am not the man that.
Can I tie a rope to Vark so
That's
don't
what
trust
it
me to
needs.
be alone anymore?
So what was that, Mark?
I am not the man the city deserves, but I am the one the city needs.
Okay,
They
Batman.
don't- I am not
Good
the
night.
one the city wants, and I am not the one the city deserves. God damn it, I'm the only one they have.
I am the knight. I am the daywalker.
Okay, Vark, what does the name Martha mean to you? What does Martha mean?
We're not going to reference that
Sound
stupid
sense of
fucking
harmony.
movie.
Anyway.
Christ. Anyway, apparently Chaco wants to tie a leash to Vark.
Oh my god.
Get freaky in here.
Oh my.
Right in front of the kids.
Well, we haven't
Public
touched, we haven't
indecency is
touched
a
this.
crime.
We haven't,
I roll-
touched, we haven't touched on the dynamic between Chaco and Vark in a while. Why not?
Let's
I
do
rolled
it.
to erase the DM.
That's a pretty high DC, my friend. That requires. It's also a high price to pay, and it requires a gold cost equal to 1 plane ticket to Europe and 1 bullet.
Damn.
Okay, that's pretty cheap.
It's 3. He misses the first 2.
Yeah, he has a discount because he's in the US.
Yeah, the bullets are basically free. It's the price for the flight that's gonna be the one that gets you.
Out of character, actually, where's
Fire, and I missed.
not Misha? The spider lady.
Oh,
If-
Mitra.
Mitra, yeah.
That's a good point. She's kind of disappeared again.
Yeah, no, because I thought
Yeah,
she
he
was
got-
actually
he
gonna
tends
go
to
over
do
help-
that.
I thought she was gonna come help us with the dragon. Or I just remembered it now.
Yeah.
Huh.
I
She was, but she
completely
got knocked
forgot
out of
she
commission.
existed.
Remember? She
She
got
has, a
knocked
ten-
out.
she has a
She
tendency
got
to
knocked
disappear
out
like
of
that.
commission by that one monk.
Yeah, she got her shit kicked in by the monk previously. That was
Yeah.
one thing that happened. She kind of disappeared after that.
I see.
She
don't
went
know.
into training.
Maybe
She's gonna have her training arc right now.
she's currently learning.
Trent-
She's currently applied for the Lobinian military. Is currently learning to wield 6 pistols at the same time.
Oh.
Oh, I thought she'd become a flame element or
It was
elemental
my
monk.
base Shadowrun character. I can't believe it.
Yes. So the Mitra has just kind of she disappeared after the warehouse incident. You're not quite sure where exactly she went. She has a tendency to just kind of phase in and out of your guys' awareness now and again. She's probably around somewhere in the city. That much has just kind of always been the case. She always seems to just kind of hover in the peripheral wherever you guys are. But maybe if you went looking for her, you might find her, but you don't know where she is.
Them damn sneaky spider folk.
Not all like another type of sneaky spider folk that we know.
Yeah, and also totally don't. Not to mention, she may or may not be part of some sort of prophecy or whatnot. Ignore that.
No prophecy. Prophecies are for nerds. Anyway,
It's the prophecy.
so
Looks at my int score.
so assuming you guys, where do you guys go afterwards? What's Vark's first thing he does now that he tastes the fresh air of freedom after he's done his stint?
Other than blowing up other hot dogs. I'm sorry.
I'm keeping an eye on Vark again because apparently I have to.
I think we should go back to the others.
Should I go?
I agree. Good. Yes, Vark.
Manacle me.
Freaky.
I am a danger to society. I must
She's just gonna sigh and keep walking.
Was that a good joke? I've been trying.
No.
I thought it was kind of funny. I thought.
Thank
The
you.
3 most deadpan people in the entire fucking party. And that's the audience you choose for one of your first jokes. God, that's too funny. And there I go.
The three driest people in the party. One of them being an aquatic elf, mind you.
Well, how does it go? Yes. Tough crowd, huh?
Bark has
A real knee
future to
slapper.
stand up.
A real neat slapper Bart.
So have you considered putting points into perform comedy?
No, actually.
Hmm.
I'm going to put points into acrobatics.
Ah.
I'm going. Forget stand up. I'm going to do kip up.
Ooh. Dunce.
I pushed him into an exploding
I
hot dog
refuse-
stand.
I would say I am here. I would say I am here all week, but we are leaving soon.
Also, yeah, and now hot dog stands are basically in my world are just the red barrels.
Yeah.
The hazard that explode upon being touched in the slightest. Anyway, you guys
I
stated
hold on,
that you
quick
want
side
to
note.
return back to the inn room, and so you do.
Yes. In the effort of speeding things up, as you had requested.
Yeah.
We are
but I wanted to say-
returning to the den.
Cool. I'm going to be turning this entire
One thing
day
I
into
wanna say
clip
real
notes.
quick.
Just watch me. Sorry, what was that? Jacob?
I can't wait till Vark gets actual mustard now. He's just gonna look at it and go, no.
No.
It's a special alchemical mixture. Can put that under alchemical weapons. Anyway, you guys get back to the inn, where you find 3 folks sleeping in quite late and looking a little bit bedraggled in that fun little word. A very uncharacteristically disheveled Siren, Mallory, who looks about as bedraggled as he kind of typically does after a long night of drinking, and Flick, who is out cold.
Oh.
Hello. Are there any other bounties we need to know of?
I take it we didn't see a bounty board on the way?
No. No, you didn't.
Yeah. No.
Oh, thank the heavens these four managed to stay out of trouble.
Hey everyone, Bark blew up a kitchen. Not a kitchen,
Oh,
a hot
shoot.
dogs.
Shut up.
Yeah, the footfalls and the talking for some of you will probably just making your heads pound more. But hey,
Chico, they seem to be intoxicated.
Hongshu.
Yeah, I could
Siren's
tell.
hair is untied, unkept, frizzy, and in her sleep she's going Hongshu and then going, "Oh my, Karya. Oh, Hongshu, me.
Can't fucking believe it. Party with these musicians.
I rolled to be an asshole. So you know that tea kettle I have?
yes,
You know how I have a dagger on my hip as well?
You're gonna
I'm
kill
gonna
us."
bang them together. No,
Oh,
I'm gonna bang
God.
them together.
Oh.
clang, 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 clang.
Wow, I don't have any eggs right now.
Karya
Oh.
blew up. Karya.
Eggs and bacon, bacon and
Dang it,
eggs.
that would work. Chico, it didn't work.
Checo's literally doing that old meme. I ain't get no sleep because of y'all.
You're not gonna get a sleep because of me.
Is Karya in the is Karya in the room with us right now?
No, he
No,
actually
Karya got
'cause
his own room,
He got his own room.
remember?
Remember?
Oh,
He,
yeah. Oh,
to
yeah.
brood in.
Sad boy hours.
He's next
He's
door.
brooding.
Yeah,
So you-
actually, Karya will hear this next story.
Yeah, I was about to
it's
say
just
you're
woken up
probably
and-
gonna get.
and
You're
just
gonna probably hear just a solid thud against the wall.
Yeah, through the wooden wall, Karya hears a ding, 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 ding.
Stop it!
Hollow,
Michael, stop
Hollow.
it!
My head
Get up!
hurts.
It's time to go.
Why does my head hurt?
Because you guys probably drank a lot of stuff.
Oh, if only I could. Oh wait, casts lesser restoration.
And suddenly, the pain alleviates and the feeling of fuzziness draws back.
Well, I feel wonderful.
I'm a cleric. I'm given divine miracles by my god. I use them to alleviate my hangovers.
You know, there's something that feels a little bit wrong about using divine magic to heal a hangover. But I don't think I'll have to do it again.
Karya blew, not Karya, Vark blew up a hot dog stand.
He what?
What?
Yeah, he did.
Why?
Poisonous mustard.
Why did he poison the mustard?
No, the person selling the mustard, it was poisoned mustard, and it was
Oh.
very flammable, and so he blew it up. I had to pay
Oh.
250 gold.
Turned into
Oh.
mustard
And
gas.
you're getting that from the king, mind you.
That's a bit of an overreaction on his part, but I guess if it's resolved now, that's all that matters.
No, actually, I realized Chico didn't actually get the chance to taste the mustard, so she doesn't know what it tastes like.
Yeah,
I
no.
was gonna mention something about how it tasted, but I realized she didn't get it. She did not get any.
It tasted like death.
It tasted like
Anyway.
acetone.
Oh.
It tasted like paint thinner.
Oh.
Because he
Well,
put paint in it. Because he put paint thinner in it.
Well, hopefully he's not in business anymore.
I believe he's in
Poison
custody right now.
That's good. Is
I
Vox
have-
still in custody? Oh no, you're
I
here.
have expunged this evil from the world.
Right.
Alright. I am the knight.
He threw up everywhere.
Vark is standing in the only dimly lit corner of the room.
We need to get this guy a cowl.
I am the knight.
He is the Dark Knight. What the hell?
No, wait, no. He's not the Dark Knight. He's the Bark Knight.
Yep.
Okay,
He's-
we can end the campaign now.
Yep. Roll credits.
Roll credits.
I am the one who varks.
I'm the one.
I am the Varkness.
I am the Bark.
I'm the thing that goes.
I mean,
barking in the
we've,
night.
Stupid.
Psycho.
we've already done
Need
the
to
Heart
cut.
of Varkness joke, so
The heart of Bark.
All right.
Psycho, we need to cook now.
God.
Okay.
So Hollow Hollow would be. Would Hollow Hollow be what's his name? Walter White. Oh, it would be Zark. He'd be Walter the Knight.
Walter.
Oh my god.
Darkness. Yeah, I made that a
Walter
session
Black.
title way back when.
The Heart
Back when we were first getting towards the tower segment. Heart of Darkness. Also, Graham, welcome in. Thank you for the self-care. Yeah. Okay. So,
Bitch.
Me
those of
scrunching
you who
over.
are asleep, besides Flick, have been rudely awakened by the clang of a dagger against a tea kettle. Siren has purged her hangover with a lesser restoration. Mallory is left to rot. And now has been rudely, I guess, jolted awake by the fact that Vark apparently did a stint in the slammer.
I hate all of you.
Oh wait.
That-
Do you have a
that's not
headache?
new.
I can help with that.
Yes.
She's gonna shuffle over to Mallory and she's gonna place a finger on the center of his forehead and go read something written on the center of her palm. What is it?
Alakazam.
Alakazam! Lesser restoration. Did it work? Do you feel better?
You do, in fact, feel better as you feel a cool, soothing wave wash across you. Words Alakazam, which is probably definitely not a prayer to Baluna.
I just
I-
made that part of it. It was gonna work whether she said it or not.
I hate
But she feels
to
special
admit it,
now.
but it worked.
Yes, I know. I'm incredible. You're lucky to have me.
Baluna really is a
Okay.
god of magic. So, here's hoping that today was like yesterday was probably the most eventful of the days of the festival. How do you guys intend to spend the second day going forward? Are you gonna kick your feet up and just spend a day in the hotel? Are you gonna go out and see some of the attractions?
When
Ooh,
is the
attractions. Wait, no.
attractions?
It is a festival.
Wait, when is the conversation with Guillermo? Is that supposed to be
Tomorrow.
today or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Roughly.
Holo Holo is actually gonna spend the day cleaning and tidying up the burnt ass cart. If anything, he might take it to go get maybe like some slight repairs. We don't have to roleplay it out.
wait. Let me check. I may have a way to help with that for free. Hold on.
Also,
Mending.
when
I do have the mending cantrip as well.
when
Yeah,
No,
but
but-
there's a greater version of that.
I think it's called Make Whole.
Yeah.
It's
I
a higher
will
level
have-
spell, to be told.
I think there's also another one like on 3rd level or something. But anyway, when Mallory like jumped up at the idea of attractions, because I know that was Sully more than it was Mallory, but the idea that like Mallory's suppressed, depressed, incredibly like what do you call it, boxed in inner child woke up for a second and went like attractions.
But
You know,
yeah,
like,
Second
that
level
inner
spell.
child that has basically been beaten into submission. Dark as that is. I don't know. Yeah, maybe there's a jolt of excitement running through Mallory at the idea of fairground attractions, but he's far too much of an adult for that. He's got far too many obligations, obviously.
Yes. If only there was someone naive enough that would come with me.
Who are you looking at?
Capybaras.
Yeah. Who are you looking at?
Maybe by year.
Isn't Vire still brooding with Karya?
I mean, yes.
That's
Maybe we
right.
should get them out of
He,
this.
he
So
also
what,
he also he also left the house in a bed sheet.
Oh.
We could cheer them up. I think Siren is just gonna help with, repair the cart for a while, casting one or more variations of Make Whole, which is a 2nd level spell, and then go do something else after that.
Okay. I'm gonna help out with the repairs and then do
I
something
think
else.
that's not gonna help with the burnt wood though.
It'll help with the brokenness of it, but I don't know about the burntness.
You're probably gonna have to get a brand new tarp at this point. One of the
Yeah,
least expensive
at the
parts of
very
it.
least.
But you'll be able to repair
Yeah.
the wood and the metal of the cart.
Okay. My main concern was like the metal and the wood. So you know what? That's fair.
That's
In
the
that
primary
case,
integrity of it. You're probably gonna have to
Yeah.
buy a new tarp and get that fixed onto it. And that's gonna be a lot.
but I will if there's a place even open, which there might be actually. Honestly, I'm gonna go see about getting a new tarp and like for that.
Yeah, you're gonna get a new roof for the wagon. Besides that, Make Whole will definitely help with restoring basically the health of the cart, the integrity
Yeah.
of it.
She'll
Yeah.
stay behind and fix as much as she can with Make Whole while Hala Hala goes to get any stuff that she couldn't repair. At the very least, this way we can end up spending less money.
How much would you say tarp for the essentially our roof? How much would you say that would
It'll
be?
be a big piece of tarp because it is a big wagon.
Yeah.
But just for the sake of brevity, I'm gonna say like 15 gold.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Just basically just get a big chunk of tarp and get that quickly and without much fuss. Yeah, you can get that, and then you got to get it attached to your wagon, which shouldn't be too much of an issue.
Mhm.
And so you guys are gonna spend like the morning, basically. The two of you are gonna spend the morning repairing the cart before you go off and do other things.
Yeah.
Uh,
After
Car-
that, Tyrion's gonna try and see if she can make sure that Kari and Vair are okay.
Okay, so you're gonna return and look after them. Speaking of which, Kari and Vair, are you planning on spending the rest of the day brooding as well?
Probably, yeah.
Got a lot to
Maybe
think about.
taking yeah, I got a lot to think about. Probably keeping the occasional look out the balcony and then like going back
Mhm.
inside.
Mhm.
See,
Insisting that Vair wear the
The bed sheet.
insisting that Vair wear the bed sheet whenever he leaves, so that they may mistake him for a strange dog.
You see Holo Holo about like a fire hose outside, just spraying it, just going everywhere.
Also, Grim, you mentioned a troll bone wagon. They've already armored it with bullet plating, so honestly, bullet plating, yes. So honestly,
Actually,
I wouldn't be surprised if at a later point they went full Monster Hunter and built a cart out of those materials.
Actually, is the bullet that's still like intact, or is it like destroyed or anything like?
It's cracked and warped and bubbled in places, but Makehole will repair that.
Oh, okay, so that's good. All right, we're good.
Yes. So you're planning on doing some more thinking. Siren is planning on going and checking in on him. Assume maybe bringing meals up to his room. Karya, whenever you would like go out into the balcony, open the window, you notice that there's a sort of haze building up into the room, and maybe it's connected to just how much you're stewing in your thoughts and your emotions. But the room feels gloomier and darker the longer you spend in it. And that seems to alleviate a little bit whenever you open the window, but anytime you close it and you spend an extended amount of time in there, it seems to hang in the air and get thicker. And that only makes you just kind of feel worse as you spend time in it. That leaves Chico, Vark, and Mallory in terms of what you would like to do for the rest of the day.
I need to find a sucker that'll go with me to the attractions.
You need to find a sucker, okay? Chico, what are you planning?
I'm probably gonna do what I did yesterday. Change my appearance minorly, and just roam around. At this time, under the premise to instead of running aimlessly, doing this so I can keep an eye on everyone else.
So you're going to be shadowing and stalking the rest of your party.
Yep.
Gotcha.
I always let everyone else leaves first, then I'll leave.
Okay. And Vark?
I will go to the library.
Ooh.
Because he can't do alchemy right now.
Yeah, he's currently got a ban on that.
Which includes my spellcasting, by the way.
Yep. Not even cantrips.
Damn.
So yeah.
Maybe you need a disguise in order to use it now, like some kind of black cape and a mask with horns.
A bat on it. Yeah.
Yeah, something very
this is the moment that Vark takes a level in Vigilante.
Actually,
What? That's a class? No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It has the dual
it's not.
identity feature.
It
What?
literally does.
You have a vigilante and a social identity, and you can switch between them. And it's a straight up it's straight up just going like between two different identities that have two different alignments, and one is for socializing, rubbing shoulders with people, and the other is for when you carry out your dread vengeance.
Yeah, I sort of had
that.
that feature. I kind
Yeah.
of butchered it, but
it's kind of
I'm talking about that.
It's kind of what we based Chico's sort of split personality thing off of. We used it as a base model.
Yeah, I just kind of said, "Fuck the rules" and started doing what I'm sorry, wrong. I'm
Yeah, it's
sorry.
I
fine.
will say this.
Honestly, that ended up being better than sticking strictly to the mechanics of it.
Out of character though, if Fark wants something for like potions or mermaid, he can always ask Hello to make it for him. But yeah.
Hmm.
All right. So Mallory seems a little
Yeah.
bit bereft of a sucker.
Yeah.
One's a nerd that wants to go to the library. One is refusing to go out, and the other two are going to go repair the cart.
Alright, guess I'll change somebody's life forever. I'm gonna find someone on the street.
Cool.
Hmm.
You go out on the search for some person to bump into by incident. Hopefully, this one doesn't die after a few months of leaving them alone.
Yeah.
One moment. Shoveling pizza onto my gob.
Eat more! More!
Pizza in your cup? What?
I think he said gobble. But he's eating.
Yeah,
Gobble,
he said
gobble.
into his gob, which is
Oh,
another
into his.
way.
Shoveling.
No,
I'm
gob.
shoving pizza in my gob. That's what I
I
said.
heard something completely different,
Hmm.
but I
What
wasn't
was
gonna
it? Something
like say anything.
gluck gluck aligned?
Are you saying
No.
that that our dear Quest von Faustus would be forcibly giving himself a UTI with a piece of pizza?
Yes.
Disgusting. That is
Awful.
disgusting.
Awful. That's somebody's fetish. Anyway.
Gross.
Yeah, it really is. So Mallory goes on a quest to ruin somebody's day out in the carnival or in the festival. Yeah, it is
No, not
horrible.
ruin.
Ha,
Not
Graham, I see
ruin their
that pun.
day. Permanently alter their life. That is different.
I mean, you're right. Ruining somebody else's day is shorter term and only negative, as opposed to going either way and being eternal. And because fuck you, you go wandering down through the festival, hoping to happen upon something interesting. Maybe you bump shoulders with a you bump your shoulder with that of a slightly taller, bare, tattooed shoulder. And upon turning to look at the person who you bump shoulders with, you recognize them.
Oh no.
They 1 second. Do.
Is it the person I hope you forgot about?
What you mean? You mean your betrothed?
What do you mean betrothed?
You're betrothed.
I'm talking about the illustrious, handsome, wonderful cousin Brightbeard.
No!
No.
Oh, thank God.
No, hey, thought I'd lost you guys.
I spawned her from the ether.
Pizza.
I spawned her back from the ether.
You did.
Oh.
You really did.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing? Was kind of wandering around looking for somebody, but I was hoping I'd run into my sister. But hey, running to friends is always good. But how you doing? You enjoyed the festival?
Yes.
Cool. What you done so far?
I have had a few drinks and simply rubbed shoulders with the locals.
So, you've gone far.
That's a crude way of putting it, but yes.
Yeah, this won't do. She blinks all three of her left arms around your elbow and starts dragging you through the festival.
Oh no.
We're gonna go have fun.
Quiet. Yeah! I mean, yeah. I mean, no. I mean, yeah.
No!
Her other arms come around to give you a slight noogie, and it's like, that's the spirit.
Wait, am I
Mallory,
crazy? Oh yeah, she did have 6 arms. For some reason, I thought that Misha only had 4. So it's like, wait a minute, what happened? Where did she get those? I was like really
The
concerned.
deep curse.
He
The
pulled them
deep
from
curse
you,
hit
Matt.
No,
Misha.
she's always been really well armed.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
did you just? Okay, I
You're in
killed
trouble.
Siren. I killed
Oh,
Siren.
that you think that pun's bad? Take one look in Twitch chat.
Alright, it can't be that bad.
I don't think I want to.
Yeah, I don't think you want to either. I don't think you want a reminder. Anyway, so Mitra has made
what?
Mallory her designated carnival buddy, which Mallory, he's so heartbroken about that.
No.
And basically, this
Oh, no.
this half stranger who doesn't know you nearly as well as the rest of the party is going to be dragging you through fairground attractions. You're going to be eating all kinds of crazy foods, going and seeing different kinds of plays and musical performances, going watching children get their faces painted, get a balloon, and all these terrible things that Mallory would find completely unenjoyable.
This is a Texas State Fair, isn't it? This is like this.
Kinda, with less guns.
What? No, any fried butter though.
No, that's more of a. I'm gonna say that's more of a Flaminsk thing.
Ugh.
They like to fry
Fuck,
stuff.
That's fair.
Well, means people are fucking weird.
In Lorbus, they grill anything.
Mm.
Grilled butter.
They also like their sautés because they have lots of flours that they like to mix in.
Oh.
That sounds tasty.
Grim, you get barred from bard classes because you pump your diplomacy and then you do terrible things with it, like suggest gods get therapy.
What?
No, he actually therapy no jutsu the whole pantheon at one point, I believe. Yeah. No, sorry, no, that was Vark's character. I think he had a part in that though. Vark's character, Vark or Vera at a previous point played a therapist to a previous host of gods in a campaign. That I'm told was an experience.
Now, why would you go and do that? Their mental instability is for our profit.
Really?
Damn.
When gods snap, it's never our problem. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Ragnarok? Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Well, like Ragnar not. Anyway. So you are you're being dragged through the fair. You get to eat all kinds of crazy foods, pig out, play, see performances, and just generally do some terribly childish things that Mallory would never do willingly on his own. Never be caught.
Yeah, so.
And inside, little Mallory, who some of us might know back from the salad days of Simple Walk, gets to come out for a little bit. Little emaciated child in his baggy t-shirt. He's back for it.
Yay.
You know, I really
Pharaoh
did forget that Mallory was like 10 years old when we started the last campaign.
Yeah. Now, in retrospect, in hindsight, it may have been a bit of a mistake, but it's an okay thing to harken back to. Fair little child that he was.
Yeah, nobody watched him. He kept leaving.
He was in a party. He was not in a party full of supervising adults. He was in a group of people who were similarly feral in many regards.
He was an angry not angry. He was a child.
Yes.
He's angry now, but yeah, he was a
Now
child.
he's angry. Before he was just depressed. So
Yeah.
that's how much of the that's not how much of the campaign. Well, that's all, folks. No, that's how much of the day goes. Okay, Siren goes back to go check on Vair and Karya, making sure they're all right. Whether or not they permit her into the room, or she just drops meals and drinks outside their room, and then they take it in every now and again. I think that's up for you guys to decide. But that's how that three spend most of the day. But did he die? No, he didn't. Let's see. Hollow is going off to go wander about the town. Bark is in the library being a nerd. And Flick is still sleeping off his hangover. Apparently, even the clanging didn't wake him from the dead, which is impressive. He must have just probably all those years living on a ship and drinking all that rum and grog has given him experience sleeping through even the most powerful alarm bells.
Yeah. He put hairballs in his ears so that nobody could disturb him.
That's awful.
The cat thing.
Yeah.
But yes.
Long cat nap.
Yeah, long cat is long cat. So
long
archaic.
cat.
That's also a very old meme. But yes. I'll say, with the hangover more or less slept off, or at least walked off by most of you, even a little after effects, even after the lesser restoration, and a nice, tame, calm day, relatively compared to yesterday, of enjoying the attraction, eating, in some cases, things like grilled skewered meats, interesting little, in this case, things like pita bread stuffed with flavor petals, chunks of like grilled squeaky cheese, almost like cheese curds, and what do you call it? And dressings made from oil and spices. It's common festival food, and that's not even including all the different kinds of ethnic food being offered as part of the festival, different restaurants taking their business out into the street. There's even one dwarven shop that takes its food out to the sidewalk and starts offering it to any passerbys willing to be brave enough to try it. Many tears were shed, and that's just the samples they were handing out. The day is pleasantly mundane. Upkeep is done, fun is had, and people return to the inn once more as the day passes by without much note. Night goes through, everybody gets some rest, and it's the dawn of the third day. And around, I'm going to say 9 or 10 in the morning, there is a knock at the door. 1 second, I just gotta make sure of something.
A knock at the door?
Mhm.
Who could it be?
Yeah, I wonder.
Is it Mr. the door knocker himself?
The one who knocks. The one who knocks. No.
The one who knocks.
Dory
Vark is in the
Doorknocker?
room with us now.
John D. Doorknocker? I can't believe it. He's a One Piece character?
What the fuck is going on?
We're being a little silly right now. Don't be mean. Anyway,
Okay.
I just want to be a little silly. That's all.
Forgot
You were too silly. You're going to jail now.
Damn. Anyways, if no one else does,
Knock on the door.
if no one else opens the door, Holo will.
All right, everybody.
I
get
thought
your
Remy
arms
said,
out.
"Give me a moment." I thought
One second,
Remy
I
was
just
doing
need to
something.
confirm something.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you're-
it. Okay.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, T. Very goofy, very silly. Just a bit though.
I just got a question with from God. Do I do that? No.
Do what?
Am I that evil?
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
No, I don't have a question.
Fine, if you insist.
It was more of a joke, I think.
Yeah.
Did
I was gonna make a joke about most people that have a favorable impression of Mallory are women, but I'm not gonna make that joke anymore.
Mhm.
I'm making that joke now.
Would
Anyway.
you say
It's a real
Mallory is
Casanova.
popular with the ladies?
Don't worry, Chico thinks you're okay for now.
He's got that Maloriz.
Yeah. Got that
All
plus
right,
22 in Rizology.
reading the DM.
You mute
I
me.
want to. Can I roll coup d'etat?
Appropriating my culture?
You can mute me, but you can't silence the truth. Anyway, when you go and get the door, standing in the doorway are 3 individuals. At the front is the priest you previously met. He's there. He doffs his cap towards you. He's still in that same semi-religious garb, with the sort of button over the side and what looks to be a emblem of the Mother of Mercy around his neck as he says, "Good day to you." And behind him is what looks to be a dwarf in more shut-off clothing, sort of like the wraps around him. He's got a hood that's pulled up, and a taller gentleman with long silver hair to his back and right, that has a book clasped under his arm and is in dark priest mantle, who gives you a nod as you open the door. Thank you. May we come in?
Yes.
Yes.
The priest takes a step through. He's in his hand. He has what looks to be a book under one arm and what looks to be a briefcase in the other hand. As he steps in and says, "So, have you had enough time to deliberate? Can I get your answer?"
Is Kari in the room with us right now?
I wouldn't expect so. No.
Yeah, probably not.
Hold on, let me
Answer
go get.
for what?
Hold on, let me go get someone else, and then I'm just gonna walk past him real quick, go next door, and then knock on Kari's door.
Door creaks open. He pokes out an eye.
Very
Yes.
hazy in there, Hollow.
It's very hazy.
Yeah, in his room.
Is he hotboxing it? Was he smoking something?
It's got a kind of tinge of purple to it.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh
Oh
no!
boy.
Oh no!
But
Oh,
I
He'll be
did the
fine. Get out of
thing.
here.
I did the thing. I cast the thing.
It didn't
It
work.
just made
Well,
me
yeah.
feel covered in goo.
It did it not work? Can
didn't
I
work.
can I roll to see
Maybe
if
there's
it
somebody
worked?
you can ask. You can also roll something if you like.
Something. Open a window. Easy.
No,
Easy
no.
peasy.
we're to keep things
But
running
he's
though.
being depressed, man. Anyway,
Wait,
Yeah.
Siren would have checked on him. Would
Yeah.
would he have let her
Yeah.
in the room?
what
He would have opened the door just a creak, just with his eye, until probably the last time she came by, where he got a thank you, and then closed. That probably not more than that.
Well, she'd respect privacy, but I think at this point she'd be like, "It's. Are you okay, Kara? It's hazy. Did the spell not work?"
Well, I don't think Siren can see that right now. It's just hollow.
Yeah, it's just hollow right now.
Oh,
Yeah, he went
okay.
over to the
I'm
other room.
assuming. I thought that the rooms were connected for some
No, no, no.
reason.
No,
No.
Yeah, it's like-
Okay,
no,
I had the wrong visual
God,
on
no.
that.
no, but yeah, no.
Void.
Mallory
Holo
would never
go.
stand for that. Anyway, but yes,
I've
No.
seen that man naked. I don't want to see that again.
No, but no.
I
Holo.
do.
of course she does. Anyway, yes. So you get a peer through the crack where Arya opens the door and says yes, and through the crack just behind him, you can see the it's a dark room, made even gloomier and darker by the sort of purplish haze that's hanging in the air behind him. It sort of leaks out at the bottom of the crack of the door a little bit into the hallway.
Aria, what does your room look like? Out of curiosity.
The same as yours. I don't believe I acquired any special accommodations.
Yeah, I'm gonna look inside. I'm just gonna Holo's gonna shove his head inside and look around.
Well,
Ah.
there's the immediate sort of clamminess to the room, sort of like with that dampness to the air. It smells a bit of mildew in here, and it's a very familiar feeling actually. And the whiff on the air that smells just a bit of sweet putrefaction that brings you right back to that cave where you were in with the big monster.
Okay, yeah, they're probably gonna have to burn this place down after. Anyways,
Oh, good.
No.
no, Holo will actually say that though. Yeah, they're probably gonna have to burn this place down. Anyways,
Man, what is it in that being purple?
the men from the Papacy are here, and I feel like this is an important event that you should be present for.
Oh, actually, yes. I would agree with this. Okay. One moment. And he'll close the door properly, shoving Hollow's head out, and then you'll start hearing things like move and shuffle and shift, as it sounds like he's rearranging the entire room, and then he opens the door to find that he has stacked several things in front of the door. And then he had just recently moved them.
He-
Yes.
Stacked pieces.
Everything like the bed except the bed. He's just pushed up against the door because he knows that people don't respect privacy all that much.
So,
Yeah, but yeah, as they're coming to the Holo's gonna look to the one the holy man said, you might want to purify that room after.
once you return to the room, you can do that. But yes, so Karya exits. Vair follows him and goes like, "I've never done confessional before."
Yes, neither have I. Actually, I did once
You did?
with Orthos, and I was promptly burned.
That sounds like interrogation.
I
Torture.
suppose it is the same thing. Either way, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yes, time to go talk to a priest. An old priest, a young priest, and a slightly shorter priest.
What did they go do?
So yes, once you Kari and Vair come into the room, Hollow just after them, informing the priest that they may wish to purge that room after this is done, and take note of that.
Oh,
The
you're accompanied by a deep musk, it
Mm.
seems.
Don't
Yes.
say that.
What else am I
Yes.
supposed to call it?
Don't call it that.
Don't
But it is a musk.
don't speak right now.
the priest at the lead, who up until this point is the only one who's still the only one of the three who has spoken. Says, all right, well, very well. Then we'll have to look into that. Until further notice, I would recommend never being in a room with the windows closed. The corruption can be lessened with steadily flowing air and water. It thrives in stagnation. So, now that you're all assembled, can I get your answer?
Well,
I see
we'll
no.
look back to the
What are
rest
we
of them.
agreeing on?
The papacy had offered to take a partnership of sorts. We deliver something to a place we were apparently already going, and in return, we may have their aid.
Specifically aid in
Few things.
ridding Karya and Vair. A few things, among them ridding Karya and Vair of the deep curse, and in general just helping us out with our problems.
Which, from what our friend here from the Isles has just said, may be proving to become a mounting problem, more so than before. I wondered if it was more contained than I thought, but this may be an issue. It's more important than ever that we get your answer then. I'm sorry, but it has been 2 days, and I promised you time, but I only have so much time I can spend within another nation's borders before there becomes questions of international issue.
You know, I don't think we actually sat down to properly talk about it, but seeing how things seem to be getting worse, I personally put my vote for it.
I don't believe you get to make that decision for me, Zirin.
No, not in relation to your problem. I meant.
She means
general.
she casts her vote and is waiting for everybody else to contribute.
Yes. That is all.
That said, what do the rest of you say? I'm hardly going to do this on the word of one woman. I would not move forward with this without complete confidence from all of you.
I see no issue with this.
And you do promise that the familial issue I have will be handled.
I don't believe we spoke very much on that. I cannot promise to deal with that any more than I can promise that we will help Karya, or that we will help. I can promise that we will give materials and support to Siren, or that we will promise to intercept any Aerodyne meddling. We will help to the best of our ability, so long as you hold up your side of the relationship. We will also, if this really is truly an issue for you, we will need information.
I suppose that I'll.
We will not be your patsies or attack dogs. That is something I'm going to be very firm about. We serve the Pope. We are offering a partnership.
Fine then. Then I suppose I'll lend my aid, as long as there's progress on my issue.
Very good. He then looks to Vair. Sorry, not to Vair, to Vark. Yeah. What say you?
What is it
Who?
you want us to escort?
That comes after the agreement is struck.
I'm going to need more information before I agree to this.
It is not a what, it's a who.
Oh. Someone requires.
Someone requires
es-
escort. For any more than that, any identity, and I will be breaking confidentiality.
Another question on other in danger.
No. If you're worried about being pursued throughout your escort, that is not the issue. They simply need help getting into someplace. That being
Ooh.
Mordon.
Oh.
I see no issue with this.
Why can't they get to more down themselves?
If you accept that, that will become very clear.
I already did accept.
But we still have 3 people who have not.
Out of character, what did you talk to Flick about this part?
No, I did not. Just assume he's either here and not contributing, or he's still dead to sleep 3 days in.
He's zonked out. He's
from
getting
the
some good
from the
Z's.
papal guy's standpoint, he showed up and Flick was sleeping the last time, and he just came back and Flick is still sleeping.
Yep.
This guy
He's
might
like a
think
normal
he's
cat.
dead.
He's sleeping 18 hours out of the day.
That's fair.
Out of character question. I guess not out of character. I'll ask him. I guess not out of character. Do we know if there's any monetary gains to this?
There's support.
I know we're getting essentially.
No payment is being offered.
We're essentially getting a favor out of this, from what I can tell, or backing.
A back and forth
Yeah.
series of favors, yes.
That would be our payment, from what I
Yeah.
understand.
All right, sure. I guess, yeah.
Okay. That leaves 2.
You made
Were
me
those-
suspect getting this person into the Modanic Confederacy is going to be a problem. Is it going to be a problem?
Not if you escort them. If it was us, it would be a problem.
Oh, so
they are
you need a neutral party to do it.
one that is in well with one of the families in Mordon, more specifically.
They want
This
our
will not have
reputation.
This will not have negative repercussions for us in regards
So-
to the Modani.
Should you not make some sort of gaffe while you're there? No, it shouldn't.
Fine. Very well.
Excellent. And arguably, possibly one of the most affected parties in this joint venture. Karia, what say you?
I have thought long and hard the past 2 days about your request. And though it pains me to admit this deep curse is becoming more and more difficult for me to control by the day, the state of my room aside, I have very vivid memory, albeit only fractured, that of the feeling when I lost control the last time. And I have been blessed that it has not happened again. But as we continue on this journey, I worry that it's only going to get worse. So I also accept these terms on the condition that once these needs are met, that you would potentially allow me to make way for the papacy so we may talk on purging this deep corruption.
If
For my brother's
you-
sake and mine.
If you want it that badly, we will meet you halfway. Believe me, we want to get rid of every source of corruption on the surface that we possibly can.
Then where do you suggest?
We could meet you in Mordon. Well, that could possibly be problematic. We could meet you in your home holding of Strasbourg if you so wish. We could find somewhere else, or we could find you a journey over to the papacy if you so wish. We have other means of crossing larger distances if we have time to prepare ahead of time.
What gives me the best chances of purging this?
If you were to come to the seat of the gods.
Hmm.
And we can get you there rather quickly and then get you back, so long as we have confidence that you will do right by us.
Varg raises his hand.
Yes.
You know of Strasbourg?
Yes, we do. We keep abreast of many international ongoings, especially newly founded towns. Especially ones that are related to your group. Like I said, we've been keeping track of you. You're a rising star a little bit within the nations. It's kind of our job. So, seeing as I have your affirmative in the matter, I would like you to meet somebody. First of all, hello. I am Father Johannes of the Papal Inquisition. It is nice to meet your acquaintance. I hope our relationship going forward will be fruitful. Secondly,
Oh shit!
Oh,
Nah.
whoa.
So
Killed him there, an
that's why
imposter.
you're in Bard stage.
Oh no.
Oh.
Killed him there, an imposter. I heard that fucking
No,
vent.
no, no, no.
As-
I'm an engineer. It's okay. It's okay.
as
I rolled to attack.
he takes the briefcase and he sets it on the floor, he pops both the latches on it and he opens the lid. And inside you see a pair of staircases. Or so you see a set of stairs going down into a lightless void.
Oh.
You
That
can
is
come out now.
horrific.
One moment. Shadow leans over to the group.
As
I need one of those.
tapping up the soft pitter patter of shoes on a staircase comes up, and peeking up out of the void, you see one second. Tia, if you remember the boogie.
I do not actually.
Oh, okay. We'll get that sorted for a second. I will shoot the link back at you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And remember to set your
Psychopath.
image.
Oh yeah. Give me a second.
Is Chaiko just like not foaming at the mouth, but just like
drooling.
drooling at this? Yeah, like at this whole.
Yeah,
this...
I'm looking at that briefcase. I am actually very interested in it.
One moment.
Now
as
you
we
know
get
what
this
you're guessing.
technical thing sorted.
Technical difficulties.
Tentacle difficult. God fucking damn.
Okay.
No.
All technical difficulties happen. All
Technical
technical difficulties happens.
Technical difficulties.
The fox observes the box.
Fox wants box.
If it
Give
what
me
is it?
give.
If I fits, I sits.
I want to know how big it is in there. I want to know what I can store in there. I want to know how to make one. I want it.
At once. Yes. There we go. Lovely. Okay.
Do we have it?
You just need to set your talking image.
Technically did, but I did that currently. No, wait.
Also, for those who don't watch good old Twitch, can you put the images in Simple Path for little old May?
Give me a shot.
If he would like to share that in a moment. Yes.
I might go a slightly bit insane, but I'm on it.
There we
That
go.
was great.
There we go. Lovely. Okay.
I don't-
Now we can do the grand unveiling. NT, you may throw that into the Simple Path chat if you want for the non-stream watchers to see your. Actually, no, we can do one better. I will unveil it on the Roll20.
Oh, hell yeah.
As so you didn't upload your image to the Roll20.
Hey, listen. We're on it.
It's okay. We'll get it sorted.
So, well prepared, guys. Very well
very,
prepared.
very prepared, very professional, very experienced, very streamlined. So anyway,
Unless I'm laying on bed.
Stepping up out of the suitcase looks to be a small, golden-haired girl dressed in fine travel clothes. Not necessarily anything particularly frilly, but still definitely not. Still definitely pricier and more proper and formal. Would you like to describe yourself, Alba?
Of course. Alba is a very young girl. Pretty pale all around. The gold in her hair is faded out. Her eyes seem weirdly milky. Otherwise she's typical small girl starting to get into puberty, so her limbs are a little bit in an awkward position. But what is very not that noticeable, but when the light falls, and especially now that she's coming up, is a golden eye symbol on her forehead that surprisingly seems to blink, seems to be in movement.
Oh,
It's almost like Mallory's halo in that when the light catches it, it becomes a bit more visible. It seems to shift, to track people, and every now and again, blink.
Yes.
wow.
This,
That is
And-
indeed a really cool suitcase.
very much so, it can dispense children. The Father Johannes indicates to the young girl and says, Alba, would you like to introduce yourself to the nice people?
Yes. Hello. I'm Alba. Pearl. I'm the Oracle. It's nice to meet you.
Siren kneels and goes, "Hello, Alva. It's very nice to meet you. My name is Siren," and gestures to the party. "These are my friends."
Oracle is in a future seer.
I wish I was joking. Chico is knelt by the briefcase looking at it.
They seem distracted at the moment, but hopefully they can be your friends too.
The man in nearly charcoal black skin sidles up beside Trico, pinches the sides of her face from both sides, and turns her head towards Alba.
Chico,
Oh,
your head is
There's
kind
a
of
child.
gently but forcibly craned to look at Alba.
Firstly, don't pinch me, Vark. Secondly, oh, there's a child.
Hello.
Ever so perceptive.
Alba is an oracle. She's been under the guardian stewardship of the Papal Inquisition, as well as just the church in general, and she's been needing to get out a little bit more. And it just so happens we have an assignment in Mordan that she is suited towards. We have very few people who have eyes and ears within the city of Mordan. We like to keep track of things, if not necessarily directly meddle in them, but we like to have information, and who better to put in place but a seer? And so,
Then a child.
a child who has been routinely requesting to see the outside world.
A noble
I don't
girl.
think it is my business, but I don't think the Mordani Confederacy is a place for a child.
Most of the outside world is not fit for a guardianless child. Which is why we want you to escort her. Really? You just need to take her on the boat trip to Mordan, and we have people there who will be able to take over from there. That said, if you wish to take her further and maybe show her up into the north around Strasbourg, if you're confident you can do so safely, we'll also permit. But the intended end goal is to pass her along to guardians who can look after her once you make landfall in Mordan.
You speak as though she has no parents. I hope this isn't true.
Alba?
I do have parents. The seed of gods had always taken care of me.
Hmm.
My gift needs to be prepared and taught. And you notice that she never looks at anyone directly, per se. Her eyes always drift a little bit to the sides or over your head, per se. But for a second, she meets your gaze, and especially the eye symbol that seems to climb for a second. As she it seems a bit like she's seeing you as you truly are. Basically, she's using her time sight
She looks
for the group overall.
Yeah, she looks
Does she
right
blink?
through you. Her normal eyes, I don't think. Actually,
No,
You're
they still seem very unfocused, but the eye definitely see she moves her head so that I can basically take everyone in for a little bit.
the eye in the center of her forehead just seems to look right through you, whereas her physical eyes seem to just never quite track you. And it's the middle eye that tends to blink regularly, whereas the physical eyes do so the least.
You say you have a gift. What gift is this?
I see the future. Oh, the many futures. That is, I never can, 100%. There are so many paths, very, very many paths. But that is what I can do best.
So you too receive premonition.
That is horrifying.
Yes.
Alba was gifted with sight beyond sight, something that very few of us are gifted with. She can see into other realms, she can see beyond our time, to the many different branching paths of the future. And overall is surprisingly and excellently perceptive. Again, why she's so well suited, and she can see things that other people would not from relative safety without necessarily exposing herself.
That is most impressive.
She was taken in at a young age when this is not discussed much, but Alba was previously considered a potential candidate for pope status. Should the current one have left his office, he expressed a direct interest in her.
Are you a follower of a certain faith, Alba?
It's my God Shadow. He gave me my gift, and he protects me in the darkness.
Very good.
And you actually see her like kind of reaching up to as if a hand is on her shoulder. And she seems very nervous, and then takes like a steadying breath, and it feels like she's standing a little bit straighter than before. Before, and it looked like she wanted to disappear either back in the suitcase or behind Father Joseph. Johannes.
Siren leans over to the rest of the party. I love her. She's adorable.
Thank you.
I didn't know kids could come from staircases and suitcases, but
I have
strange.
stopped. I have long since stopped believing in anything that I could feasibly consider reality.
I came to my island on an ocean current, so I suppose I shouldn't be weirded out by this.
Yes, precisely my point.
I'm wrong one. I'm more interested in the suitcase, truth be told. Oh,
Yes, Chaiko, we're aware you're very interested in anything that goes tick. Or in this case, flip.
I'll get you one when you're older, anyway.
I'm afraid.
Perhaps you should ask Father. What is it, Father Joseph?
Johannes.
Father Johannes, where he got the suitcase, and you can get one yourself.
It was created by the artisans within the seat of the gods. We have some very gifted craftsmen there. Unfortunately, I'm afraid the suitcase is off the table. It can only have one owner at a time. and she already has a firm hand on it. We are entrusting it to her, and we have very few of these. They're quite expensive to fashion.
Maybe someday, Chaco. Maybe someday.
Maybe someday. But for now,
Well, I do believe it may be sooner rather than later if I ask this of you all.
Yes,
Now that we've agreed to sign this mission off, at the very least, if we were to arrive in the Mordani Confederacy, is that where her journey would end? Or where would we need to take her? Our life is, as I'm sure you're aware, given our more noticeable notoriety, being invaded by dragons, is not the safest place for a child.
quite so. Assuming the handlers cannot immediately identify you when you get off the boat, which, to be fair, is quite easy. We in the suitcase is also enclosed directions and an address. And once you have arrived in Mordon, you may hand her off there. Or if she wishes to, as part of the intention of this little escort mission, is for Alba to see different parts of the world and different societies, broaden her range of experience and see other viewpoints in the world. So if she wishes to go further, she can always find other people to escort her, or you can continue to take her with you. So the question there becomes whether or not you feel you can do so confidently and safely. But all we expect from you is to deliver her to the address enclosed in Mordon. After that, we can start negotiating rewards.
that sounds plenty reasonable.
Let's just
Guys.
hope she can deal with the birds.
I was muted.
I keep forgetting they exist.
Hello.
God.
Oh.
We still didn't go pick those up today, by the way.
We can
Yeah,
leave
you
them.
pick those up still.
No,
No, they're coming. No, they're
No,
coming.
I think Guillermo likes them.
No.
Too bad, they're our birds. Too bad, they're
Yeah.
ours.
Yeah.
Guillermo
Well,
despises them. Also, you've left a bunch of the contents of your cart as well as the mimic behind there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we gotta get that. We need that. The mimic we need.
Mhm.
Well, if they try to
What
open the mimic,
is-
they're going to be met with missing a hand.
Hopefully they haven't tried.
Regardless of that, I would not be opposed to bringing
Dura.
third-eyed child. I'm sorry, terrible
Her
with names.
name is Alba.
Alba, there we go. I would not be opposed.
Mhm. And you
However,
also find that her gift in particular is quite useful, and that her divine given powers might be a boon to you should you encounter any sort of difficulties or should you need help suppressing the corruption for a time.
yes, that was going to be my following point. We are headed to Strasbourg to stomp out a bandit lord who is taking claim over my the land. And because of this, I do not know how long we would be gone, and for more of this reason alone, it concerns me if we were to show her the world, drop her off in Mordon, and then leave for the papacy, if that's what we would do. But if you can meet us in Strasbourg, as you said, then perhaps we can bring her there.
Perhaps. And should you need to deal with this bandit lord, that might give us time to make preparations and to begin mobilizing. Not sure how long you'll need to deal with that. I don't imagine it will last very long. Most bloody combat does not. And from what I've been hearing about the situation up there, it doesn't sound like it's going to be something that can be solved with peace talks.
Indeed. Well, if that is the case, my original plan was to ask all of you to go to the papacy so we could handle this now, but I dare not keep the people of Strasbourg waiting any longer than we can, and if we have to bring Alba with, well then, we may as well. Any objections?
She could get some.
No.
She could get some good world quality time
Mhm.
at Strasbourg.
We
DM.
did make sure to pack some warm clothing for her, just in case.
It does get very cold.
But yes, out of
and,
character.
I know some magic that can help. DM. I'm interjecting this on purpose like this. What do I need to roll to? I'm still looking at the suitcase. I don't know what spells make it up.
Spellcraft.
I really
That
want
go
to know.
always
And
without your-
you
What did
argued.
you, what did you think?
You argued early on before the session started that you were dark autistic. My God.
I don't know.
Mm,
I want the box. How do I get the box?
I don't care about the child. What about the box?
Here are the incredibly
What's in the
intricate
box?
details
truly,
of the plan that we
truly
need to
cat
do.
coded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really.
Hey, I'm a fox. You're right.
Box wants box.
Here are some very
Fine.
intricate and important details that we have to bring to you about your mission,
Grim.
Chico. Okay, yeah, great. How about that box?
Grim, thank you
No,
for the.
honestly,
Grim, thank you for the bane. That comes down to a 23 instead of a 24 on the spellcraft roll.
Dumb.
Ooh, damn, babe, you needed a 24. Sorry.
Ooh.
damn.
Just short. No, anyway. You closely examine the box and you poke and prod at it, and the priests, the inquisitors, eye you cautiously as you do so, but do not interfere. So like the most obvious spell that stands out to you here, this is a heavily conjuration tinted creation, one that makes use of the spell Magnificent Mansion or Mage's Mansion.
It's a
Oh,
very high level spell.
that's nice.
That's Kiriko's one.
That is a nice box.
Very
That's
nice box.
That
That's what she
is a
said.
very nice box.
Yes, it utilizes a fair few other spells. This does not function like a bag of holding or a handy haversack. You're fairly sure that if they had made it based on that, Alba would have asphyxiated by the time she got here. Instead, you have things like Mage's Mansion, which supply food, water, and air for long periods of time. And it being anchored to the suitcase. There's also a fair few wards here that make it so that the box can shut tight and ward itself in an emergency. It's eerily reminiscent to a bunker in portable form.
A portable banker.
Okay. Yeah, that is far away. That is a very far away spell. Noted.
A tear goes down.
I'm going to forget about it later, much to my dismay. All right. After the realization of what the
Okay,
main
you have-
spell is,
You have a journal,
Chico,
Chico. Just mark it down.
Stop it.
after she breaks it down, she's done with the box. She stands up and joins the group again.
Woo!
Woo.
Listen, I thought I was stronger than this. Put a new magic item in front of me. I gotta know.
Absolutely.
I gotta know.
Flesh is strong, but the mind is weak. Right. Okay. So you have a better idea of exactly how this functions. Unfortunately, the way it functions is kind of outside your current reach.
Yeah, that's why I gave up on it for now.
For now. Yeah, when he was saying that this thing was an expensive thing to make, he was not lying. So, the Inquisitor doffs his hat once more, steps back, reads a little something from the book under his arm, and says, "Well, since you have agreed, we do have other things we need to see to here within the nation before we leave, so we'll take our leave. Thank you very much for agreeing to this. I hope our relationship going forward is very fruitful. Alba,
Yes.
hope you have a wonderful time. Safe travels."
Thank you, Father.
Before you leave,
Hmm?
who will we be meeting in Strasbourg then?
I can't say I know them personally.
I see.
Not all members of the Inquisition are personally acquainted with one another. In fact, we typically, different branches never meet one another for security purposes.
I see. Well, just so long as they have the information, I suppose that's all right.
They will be able to identify themselves, and more than likely, if you have any true doubts about whether or not they truly are a member of the Inquisition, Alba will usually be able to identify them. The disguises do not hold up under her scrutiny.
Impressive.
Giving like the group a very bright smile.
Uh-huh.
I suppose it's a benefit of kinship with the sleeper in shadow that illusions do not hold up. So then, assuming you have no further inquiries, we will take our leave.
Blessings upon you.
And you too. Mother be with you. And then he will put his hat back on his head. The two mute individuals that followed him here will step out first, and then he will shut the door gently behind him with one last big, bright smile. And then you've now been left in a room with a child.
Okay. I will
Okay,
be
back in the
returning to
box.
my room.
Box.
Siren's gonna
I
go to
do
Alba
think-
and say,
I do think it would be fair to say before we continue traveling to warn you that I will not put myself in danger. If there's anything dangerous, I will hide, but I will help you. I will try my best to help you.
that's all you need to do. Just your
I would
best. And
I
you
would not
needn't
expect a
worry.
child to fight.
Okay.
We'll keep you safe. And she will pat her on the head.
I do not expect the child to fight. Looks at my ear.
That's different.
Yeah, that's
Thinks
different.
about Doku. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong series.
Oh,
I read a
Doku?
book about this frog boy.
There's a
This
book
frog
with this
guy.
Frog boy from another
This
world.
froggy fella.
This frog.
the
It's set
froggiest.
in a world completely different from our own. Completely imaginable.
Yeah. And where isn't today the day that we're supposed to go talk to Guillermo?
And that is
we're
precisely
supposed-
where I am headed.
Yes.
I'm coming with.
No, of
I
course
guess
I'm
we
coming
should
with
all
you too.
go.
It's Alba, right? The name of the child is Alba, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm gonna kneel down. I'm gonna look at the child, and then Holo is gonna say, making his capybaras appear. You want to pet my capybara?
Fucking autistic ass.
Coming out from underneath one of the beds is just this adult capybara, and then a small one on its back.
We have two
You know what
capybaras and a dragon.
We also have some. We also. Getting our voice pitched wrong. We also have some birds.
No,
Oh,
we need
that's
to go get them.
no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're with the
Aw.
king right now. We're going to go talk to him.
I don't.
I
I had
know
a
what.
good day yesterday.
You do not.
And those birds aren't gonna ruin it for you today. Now stop whining, please.
Whining. Those birds are annoying.
They are beautiful creatures, and I will not stand by you insulting them.
Let the child decide if they are annoying. I am leaving.
I will make sure you leave this party.
Oh,
You will.
well, that's
Wow.
just funny. That's just really
Alba,
funny.
would you like to go meet the king while they bicker?
No.
Yes.
I'm coming with you.
Yeah, we're all
No,
My
so-
going
draconic with
The asshole.
Let the child talk.
Yes, sure. I can practice my draconic with
your brother. And she's kind of looking to over here.
Oh yes. For your own safety, don't get too close. It's not that he bites; it's that he's highly corrosive to your soul.
I doubt that this child would have any issue with it.
That's actually true. You may ride the dragon.
Oh, that's. I appreciate the offer very much, sir.
Yes, a noble steed.
Fire looks up from where he's kind of curled up on the floor and says, "Thanks for making the decision for me."
Why would you like to ride
I
the
was-
child? I mean, would you like the child to ride you?
She's adorable. Sure.
FBI, hello. Alba,
Like to-
Alba smiles at.
Fire stands up. He kind of like cat trots his way over towards where Alba is. Cranes his long neck down to kind of like bring his beak close to her. Lowers it and then raises it as he sort of like seems to be taking her in a little bit. then bumps his head into her chest.
Oh. Alba smiles just when he put his head away a little bit more. She gives like a bow and an accurate but a bit haltingly, like she isn't that sure in the language yet. She's saying in Draconic,
It is an honor to meet you.
He responds in sibilant Draconic, very hissy. An honor to meet you. You are first learning the language, then. Speak it very well.
Thank you. I tried to learn as much as I could in a month.
Month? Arya. She's sharper than all the party put together. This is impressive. Let's bring her with us.
I believe that is the plan, Vayer.
I feel insulted.
Can't wait to have a minion.
no.
She's an adorable genius.
Finally, I'm not the youngest anymore.
Actually, that may still be untrue, Vayer. I believe she is older than 4.
Curses.
Damn.
I'm 9.
9
years.
Oh, you're 9. You're quite young.
Yes.
9.
Yes, well. Anyways. To the castle!
Yeah, just casually. Let's okay. Time for an audience with the king. But yes, and then yes. Blind eyes, Batman. The
Quite literally.
yes.
Gee willikers, Batman.
Holy rusted metal. The group makes their way toward out of the inn. You do notice that there now seems to be liturgies and holy seals placed over the door to Karya's room that have basically plastered it shut.
Purifying it. Oh no.
And yeah, the you walk out and into the street where the festival is in full swing. Alba, for the first time since coming here, you get a first-hand look as you walk through the streets of Lorbus, or through the streets of Verdigris. The Wormfall Festival in full swing. There are drunk adults at the wee hours of the morning, baked goods and grilled meats being sold, drinks being passed around, balloons, face painting, bards, the storytellers, and town criers up on pedestals shouting out the news of the day. A city hustling and bustling, something you haven't gotten to see in a while. Not since you were very young.
Yeah. Alba kind of her head flits around trying to take everything in until you guys see that the golden eye on her forehead slightly dims because it's getting too much, and she's kind of reaching out to Siren and clutching her like skirt or like a piece of cloth.
Oh.
She's a little overwhelmed actually.
Hold my hand.
Yeah, she actually takes Siren's hand.
Quite deep, yes. Eventually, with Alba a little bit overstimulated, you do manage to cut your way through the streets, up the main road, and to the front of the palace. The front is congested as it was before. It's tightly packed. There are people partying in the plaza as well as in front of the gates, just packed tight is what looks to be dignitaries, citizens, guards, everything in a press, as there are people who really, really want to get in there. They want to talk or they want to see what's going on. And a lot of guards posted around the walls. They every now and again they'll take somebody who's trying to climb over the wall, whether on a drunken dare or because they think they can sneak in, grabbing them by the collar and throwing them back down the street. When you guys reach the front gate, you are escorted around the side by one of the guards and guided in through the side entrance that you previously used back when you were preparing for the dragon's attack. There you're escorted in, up through the hallway, which, as before, is mad and active with clerics and stewards and other agents of the government walking back and forth with clipboards and sheets of paper, charcoal smudges all over their faces and fingers, and just frantic. You're led through. You're passed off to another one of the palace's guards this time, until you are brought up a familiar set of stairs, up to a door that leads you into the king's writing room, his office, separate from his audience room where the throne is. There, stood inside of the office, behind his desk, leaning over it with a look of concentration down at a map, is Guillermo de Lorbus, king of the nation you currently find yourselves in, the newly minted Iron Dragon.
How does he look? How disheveled? How deep is the 5 o'clock shadow?
It's like he's like the man's in like his late 20s, so the 5 o'clock shadow is like it's there. It's early in the morning, even for him, who typically gets a pretty early start. He's not had the time between meetings to properly shave. You see there's bags forming under his eyes. His hair's even more disheveled than usual, and the flower pinned onto his cloak is hanging just a bit askew. You step in. This time, again, sans Flick, who seems to just be completely out of it. As he leans further onto the desk, then pushes himself off of it and says, "Good, we finally managed to get you a spot in the schedule we can fit you into. You have excellent timing. We can finally get this little bit of conversation out of the way. It's been well overdue. I'm very sorry we've had to keep you waiting. Unfortunately, very busy the last few days. As it turns out, a holiday is no break for a king. So," his eyes fall on Alba and he says, "That's new?"
The papacy has given us some notoriety. Oh, I apologize,
okay.
Alba.
Here I thought that Mallory had undergone mitosis and that we had a problem.
Well, that may
What?
be possible. Alba, please, you may introduce yourself to Guillermo de Lorbus.
She's giving like an actual proper like courtesy or like proper courtesy. Yeah.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty.
Thank you. Your manners are appreciated. Though you can be less formal with me, I don't stand on ceremony typically. I make it a habit. You're from the papacy, then?
Yes.
Where from, if I might ask?
From the very beginning, I'm from the Lilo.
Lilo.
But I've been living in the Seat of Gods for the longest time.
Oh. That changes things. Milo, though, I've heard a few things about there. Here the wine is excellent. Though I don't suppose you've had much of a chance to appreciate that. Still, if this group here trusts you to be here, then I do too. So.
Actually, like you see her golden eye climb up for a little bit, where she's she tends to use that with most people she meets, using her time side, just to check if everything is really in order.
Mm-hmm. You have a look through him. You see nothing untoward.
Okay.
I think the only person you would have actually seen anything like that on would probably have been Chaiko.
Yep.
You would have seen a fox.
What about me?
No, I'm just saying, like, the only person in the group who actually has any form of, like, deception, disguise, or illusion constantly going up would probably be Chaiko.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So much so that you don't. So much so that when you see the real her, you think it might be a disguise. Tee. Anyways.
Yes.
You cannot hide from me.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Hey now.
Just
because you're a kid doesn't mean.
Swear.
Just because you're a kid.
0 to PvP.
Oh no.
The king takes a breath and says, "Okay, so I promised you guys a reward for partaking in the dragon felling. I stand by that. You guys played an instrumental role in the only dragon fight I've ever heard of that had 0 casualties. Does not change how many lives the dragon took beforehand, but your intervention and your help made the difference of whether or not I would have to be sending baskets to many, many widows. So thank you, again, on behalf of my kingdom. Now,
Of course.
there's a bit of an elephant in the room that I must address. My intelligence tells me, and Mallory can attest to this, that Karia, you apparently took a nice big bite of the dragon's heart.
Yes.
This presents
And,
an issue.
I have heard, admittedly, slightly too late.
Now, I'm not going to get angry at you, because I think we're above that at this point. We're allies, and it was a misunderstanding, or so much I assume. I am led to understand that perhaps it was a cultural issue, or that you had a reason for doing what you're doing. However, there is a reason after there are, in fact, international treaties. They're centuries old, but there are international treaties in place for things like these that specifically forbid body harvesting of creatures like that until such a time as attribution can be given to those who took part in the fight. It stops vultures, it stops scavengers, and it stops any sort of scrambling to dissect the dragon, and also hopefully heads off any sort of bickering and fighting over who gets what part of the kill. That presents an issue as you are, as a group, already in a position of heavy privilege within the kingdom. And if it were to get out that the group that was at the front was just allowed to start harvesting the body without having to talk to anybody else, that might disrupt such treaties. Thankfully, it was just the heart. As valuable as that is, it's not outwardly immediately obvious. Not only that, but as members of the fight and survivors and people who took the spearhead on the issue, you would get first dibs on parts of the dragon. It's just a matter of value and who gets how much. We can potentially write the dragon's heart off as part of your reward that comes with felling the dragon. Normally, people would pick between scales, claws, wing leather, plating, eyes, organs, whatever. But I think we're a little bit past that at this point. We were also thankfully able to stop it from breaking containment. The sketches that the soldiers that saw you made were confiscated. Nothing can quite stop them from potentially spreading the story. On to the matter of your reward. Mallory has already approached me and spoken to me on the matter of what his allotted reward will be. That is when he is privy to that information coming in hot onto my desk. Now, I want to hear from the rest of you what you might ask me. As I said before, I will personally reward you out of the coffers of the kingdom within reason. Our treasury is not filled to the brim with ancient weapons and magical items, as some in the kingdom might possibly think. It's mostly just gold used to reinvest into the kingdom. That does not mean, however, we are deprived of means of rewarding and helping you, if you wish. We can call in favors. We can get you in contact with people you want to speak to. We can get you assets. Mallory has requested a parcel of land and a facility to have under his name. So, Not all at once. Who wants what? Thank you for waiting, at least. How about this? All right. You have, I think, the most personal stake in the issue, and maybe we should address it first. Is there anything you would ask for?
Yes. Sorry. I got a call at literally the worst possible time. Funny how that always happens.
Always happens.
I have 4 requests of you,
Four,
if I
all
may
right.
be so bold. I promise you, only one of them may hurt your coffers.
Got it.
You spoke that you would give aid to Strasbourg in the north, and we were set to travel to said destination before the incident with the Inquisition. Well, we still intend to head that direction, and said ship, when it is chartered, I would ask that that ship, at the very least, be lended to us for our personal use. We move around quite a bit, and we are in need of proper travel.
I can't agree to that. In the coming days, we're going to need every vessel we have. However, I could request that a new ship be fashioned. Specifically, not necessarily things like the trading ship I would have that is being procured for you all. It is the one you are set to be placed on is a newer liner. It's one that is state of the art, is made in conjunction with the Shipwrights Guild and Match and Lock. Something of a newer thing. It is a newer creation and also quite pricey. Not to mention has a significant amount of proprietary and prototypical technology on it. So no, I cannot give that to you, not even for a limited frame of time. That is something that is going to be instrumental in the coming weeks. However, what I can do is I can request the Shipwrights Guild fashion a new ship and deliver it to either the docks in Mordaunt, or should you ever manage to build one, the docks in Strasbourg up north. Should you ever manage to get a port set up there, but we can have it delivered. The matter of crewing it can be left to you. Is that satisfactory?
More than satisfactory.
Excellent. It'll more than likely I'll commission something that is smaller, one for economic purposes, but also because the smaller the ship, the less people you'll need to crew it, and also typically the faster it can be. I imagine you'll be wanting to move around a lot, and getting a larger ship supplied, crewed, and underway is always far more work than a small sloop.
Indeed. I don't know much of ships. I only served on one for a brief time, and frankly, I was only lifting boxes.
We know Flick. He might know a thing or two about how to captain a ship.
Yes,
My thought exactly.
I notice he's not with
The
you. Where is
remain- He is sleeping off a hangover, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I'd heard a rumor about 2 angels in a bar with their pet cat. You guys know anything about that?
I
Looks-
I don't know.
Looks at Siren.
It's probably just some, festival people celebrating. I don't particularly know. I didn't really get out during the festival much.
You were not in the room the entire time.
You were in a separate room. You wouldn't have known
It was
that.
Siren, Mallory,
I
and
heard you leave.
Vark, Flick.
I
Even-
don't approve of such accusations.
Even Albert looked up to Siren with a tiny little frown.
Well,
Little-
don't side eye
Child
me
is
like that.
disappointed in you.
Child is disappointed.
No.
You're a liar.
Jeez,
Look, I would never
No.
have partied with these people had I been at my full capacity.
Yes, see, there you go.
Salty.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Creator.
I agree with him. Wait, what? That was an insult. Anyway,
Wait a minute, how dare you?
you're right, but how dare you? But yes, the king shakes his head and says, okay, that aside, maybe I'll manage to get a chance to talk to him later, see what he wants.
Mm,
You had 3 other requests.
indeed, and I admit, Guillermo, while they may not cost your coffers, they are more than likely bigger to fill than I can admit. The first one. If needed, I would like much of my reward, at the very least, to go towards development of a new central park in the city.
Commemorative park for the holiday and for the event could go a long way. This is agreeable, but here a but is attached to that.
Indeed.
Is this where
With
your other
part of
requests
the
come in?
money, indeed. I would ask of 3 things be placed in the center of the park. In particular, I would like a statue commissioned of all the people who assisted,
All
at
of
least within our group. Not all of them, of course, that may be a little hard, but our group here who stood at the front.
How about a
That's-
mural
that's-
instead?
Yeah, how about a mural instead?
A floor
A
mural.
mural works fine.
A floor mural could be doable, but that's difficult. It's no insult to you, but we're trying to keep a low profile on the issue. And we're trying not to
It does-
draw eyes on you.
It does not have to be sudden. I should clarify that I am well aware of how much I've already caused with just eating the heart, which, mind you, again, was very
Also, there
foolish.
could be accusations of favoritism made. You were not the only ones to
In-
participate.
Indeed. It's why I would ask that if any of this was to come to pass, at the very least, if I could not get that, I would like, at the centerpiece, a statue commissioned of the dragon we slew, and a plaque explaining exactly what happened.
What exactly would you like it to say then?
Simply that the heroes of the day struck down the dragon whose mind was tainted. While up close with the beast, it ran rampant. Now, Guillermo, if I am to be honest with you, the last several days have been rather difficult for me and my brother alike. Dragons. Dragons are things of myth, and for the first one to be seen in so long, to be going on a mindless rampage, one not of its own volition, I took no pride in doing what I had to do, though rest assured I would do it again. But if I am to found a kingdom of dragons, if I am to claim myself a monarch, and my brother in tow, the hostilities that would arise would be difficult. The narrative is already that a dragon rampaged through Lorbany and was slain, and while that is true, I just simply wish to commemorate that the dragon itself did not have its mind intact.
Let's see. He seems to contemplate that for a moment. Says, to put that plainly, you want me to spin the narrative in such a way as to influence the public perception.
I would appreciate that, yes.
Congratulations, you're finally thinking like a king.
He'll get a little half smile at that. I see.
You're thinking of the future of your kingdom before it's even formed. What could benefit it before you even set the foundation of the first building. I agree to this.
Thank you.
Ultimately, I am not very familiar with dragons. So far, I have met 2 and fought 1. 2 out of 3 dragons I've made the acquaintance of have been quite nice. last one apparently did not have his wits about him. So, giving it the benefit of the doubt, I would like it if my people did not spend the coming years believing that dragons are monsters and that the death of one should be, without reservation, celebrated.
I appreciate that you can see where I come from then. My last two requests are, well, one is rather simple, and the last one I fully suspect you may turn down, but beneath the statue that I have commissioned at the center of this park, I wish to hold a vigil for the dragon. I wish to bury its heart beneath it. It does not need to be a public event, though certainly I would ask the public be more than welcome. Eating of the heart was rather foolish, and in truth, as I look back on it, draconic customs are very outdated, and if I am to be completely frank with you, incredibly stupid.
Oh,
Oh my.
it takes introspection to admit that the tradition of our forefathers may not have been made with the best ideas. Some traditions are that for a reason. Some are only suited to the people that grew up with them. I imagine eating a whole draconic heart is easier for a full-sized dragon.
Indeed it may be, and if I'm to be completely frank with you, I'm not even certain that that is their burial methods. I just simply witnessed it far more times than I could imagine, and
Ah,
it was not an intelligent decision, but I was,
so
as
there's
you
a
could
possibility
imagine,
this may have
going
been
through a lot.
There's a possibility it may have been something they did out of spite instead of respect.
Indeed. Now, mind you, I witnessed the draconic soul leave its body, but I still wish to at least give it a burial more befitting of humankind. I would only wish to bury it with a vigil. Perhaps to round out the festival.
I see. I think that's doable. We will not be able to have the park set up by then, but I'm sure a few of our more nature-inclined priests within the city will be very happy to get some greenery going and set the foundation for a
Mark
park.
the area.
And then,
Indeed.
over the coming weeks and months, we can develop it into a proper park and have the statues commissioned.
I may not be here for it, but I trust you.
Thank you. Hopefully, whenever you guys return, you'll be able to see it and you'll appreciate the work that's been done on it.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
The final thing is very simple. I promise this is the last thing.
Starting to think you're a bit greedy. Go on.
A simple favor. A favor for a favor.
Well, that's funny. No, that is very funny. Karya, fuck you. But yes, I agree.
Am I doing the correct thing?
It's only fair after the favor I asked of you ended up getting extended into fighting a dragon. So. Yes.
Very good. Then, once this favor is cashed in, by all means, I will owe you one.
You're aware this is how most criminal families begin, yes?
Well, isn't it lucky that I'm dealing with a king and not the criminals whom we just so recently dealt with ourselves?
Yes. The other half of that is this is how most political alliances begin. And
That is the hope.
assuming you keep developing into a fine monarch, I look forward to the day that our nations can call each other allied.
Indeed.
Just you wait. His kingdom will be bigger than yours.
Oh, I have no doubt.
Don't do that.
Karya's modus operandi seems to be bigger is better. But you would know that, wouldn't you, Siren?
Damn.
I don't understand. And as a player, I genuinely, that went over my head. I don't understand.
No,
He's saying you. No, I'm not gonna.
Kari's great worm is very putty.
Oh!
No, hold, just that, like,
There is an actual child.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
the
was
whole-
gonna
whole
say,
shit
at
puts it in
that,
the child.
Siren would respond by
Does his hands
putting
on
her
the
hands
Covering
over
the
Alba's
child's ears.
Yeah.
Covering her face eye. What?
That is inappropriate.
Covering the child's ears after the word has been said.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I forget we have a child in the room. I'm not used to having minors within the. We normally conduct rather morbid business in this room, so I am very sorry. It's unbecoming of a king. Now,
Abby just very slowly blinks. No other expression, just there seems to be a little bit of an air of
Don't worry.
People
Don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
God sees through her third eye, and he is disappointed.
He's
He's
disappointed.
Just Alba directing the look of disappointment from Siren towards Guillermo. Just he grimaces slightly at that and says, "Anyway, yes, I owe you a favor. That I'm going to extrapolate that favor to extend to the rest of the group, I assume. All right. You may hold your vigil. You may bury the heart." And we will build a park over it. We'll probably have to guard it for a while as the heart decomposes.
Indeed.
There will likely be people
And
who will try to dig it up.
indeed, and while I am here, I have no qualms of helping assist with that. It would be only right, considering I'm making a, well, for lack of a better term, I'm making a big thing about it, and
Mhm.
people of the public will most certainly be interested.
They likely will. You may wish to wrap it beforehand.
Already done.
Wonderful. So then, how about we do this with some order installed instead of asking for people to speak up at random? Mallory, you've already made clear what rewards you would wish for.
Yes.
Sarah, is there anything you would like?
Hold on.
Yes, it is.
Sorry, I was resolving something. Getting to Siren, she would look at the king, look at the rest of the party, kind of think to herself and go, what do I want? Oh, this is a bit embarrassing. I don't know if I should say it.
Go for it. There's no judgment here. And
Well-
there's a very steep ceiling as to what I am willing to do for you.
In that case, and she kind of like cups her face with her hands and she turns red and goes, excuse me for being so naughty, but
Oh my god.
I would like
Oh,
access to your finest tea dispensary.
His face goes blank. What is it?
Well, yes. What do you mean that's it?
What, you just want access to like the tea we have here in the palace or something?
Yes, and she cups her face and blushes again and goes, oh yes, the finest stock of tea you have.
Oh my god, this fucking
Just,
bitch.
he shakes his head and goes like, it just like eyes far off. It's like he blinks and he goes, "I'll get you in contact with the seller that sells to the palace if you wish."
Yes, that'll do.
In the meantime, yes, absolutely, help yourself to our supply. There's a break room around the back where we serve tea. It's not the best things. If you want the finest quality tea, I'm sure that they have the chef in the kitchen probably has it. They can probably direct you to where it is. Have at it, please.
Oh,
I'm more of a
wonderful.
coffee man myself. Shizaka's more the tea person, though I don't think she drinks very much.
I've tried coffee, but it makes me too hyper.
I see. Well, the tea stores go relatively untouched, so I'm sure you'll probably have plenty to access.
Wonderful. Thank
Is
you.
there
She
anything
bows.
else you might like?
Oh, me?
Yes. Yes. All you asked for was
Oh.
tea, my girl.
Oh, that's one of the finest things you could have in life. But if you insist on giving me something else...
The royal palace. So
Oh, you know, I didn't think I'd get this far.
I was expecting access to our sealed texts or directly walking into the vault. Most people would be far less inhibited than you are. Honestly, I'm surprised by your reservedness, though. To be fair, up until this point, I don't think I knew you quite that well. This changes things quite considerably.
You know, there is something I wasn't sure if I could ask for this, which is why I didn't bring it up before. But if I don't even know if this would help with anything, because I've been trying to do as much research as I could on the workings and happenings and magical whatnots of disappearing villages, and I've come up completely empty-handed. I've even done research at the Society Quadratica
Have you
through our friend Varg.
see? Have you spoken with any of the mages at the university? We do have a not quite the same as Rosari,
Rosina.
Rosino's magical schooling, but we do have a not inconsiderable magical university here within the city.
I did talk to one of the professors, and he took such an interest in the matter that he decided he would go personally investigate.
Did he know?
Yes, and actually, remind me, DM, did we get any
You didn't-
response on that, or not yet?
You didn't follow up. You haven't spoken to him since.
Well, he said he was going to go to the place and send back a letter, didn't he?
Yes, and he said he would send it back. He would either send it to Rosino, or he would send it back to Lorbus if you guys passed through there again.
Right,
He said
I
he would
guess we
send it to
didn't
the. He would
check.
send. He would send. He said he would send it to the Royal Post Office.
Oh yeah. So you know what Siren would say? You know what? And he did say that he would send back a letter with some sort of response if he found anything.
How
To
long's it
a
been?
few places. That one of those being the Royal Palace. Oh, this is a while ago. If I recall, Quest, this was what, like a month or so ago?
Yeah, it was a couple months ago. He said that his trip would probably be about a month. So honestly, at this point, he might even be back.
Yeah. So that's what Siren would say.
Before you were acting in an individual capacity, but if his investigation still haven't turned up anything, I can personally vouch and have the university put resources to, or even just I might even have some of the court mages put some resources towards investigating it if you so wish.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's not even just for me. It's an entire village that up and vanished. You know, it's this.
Technically speaking, this
People
is a
missing.
village in Flaminsk, so this is technically one of their matters. But seeing as it's of interest to somebody who is a friend and a guest of my nation, I see no reason to not put as much as possible into trying to get that back. After all, it's a group of innocent people who have been abducted with no warning. So, yes,
Yes.
I will have a word with the headmaster and see if we cannot see if we cannot get some more information on that. So even undo it. I personally do
I
not
would
have much
very
knowledge
much
in the ways of the
appreciate
arcane, but I know quite a few people who do.
I would very much appreciate this. Thank you.
Now then, if that's all you'd request, then Holla Holla, is there anything you would ask for?
Well, just a promise, if anything. I don't know if I ever see this really fully happening, but it'd just be nice to have some insurance.
Promise what?
My people back in Ridgeback, Isles, the islands owned by the Shabaki lizard folk, tend to get pestered by them here and there. I just want some assurance for if the Shabaki would ever attempt to seize full control of the islands, that the people from there may have asylum here.
Your people are they all sea elves?
For the most part, yes.
See about creating a coastal area they could have access to, where they could claim asylum. Perhaps even found their own village if they wish to. I see no issue with it. How much? I don't imagine that a single island has many people.
Actually, would I know really roughly how many, like, what the population of Ridgeback would be about?
It'd be like people?
300-400 people.
And that's if all of them make the journey. No, that's manageable. That's far better than an entire country fleeing, or even a large city. Yes, if they should ever need it, and if they can make the journey all the way here, they may absolutely find asylum within my nation. If they wish to establish their own nation separate and they wish to maintain independence, that would be something I think to discuss with them at a later point. But yes, they may seek
think
safety and shelter within my nation.
Good to know. That's all. Nothing else from me.
Bark, is there anything you would ask of me?
I have something in mind, but I'm unsure if you can afford it.
Ask. Ask and we will see.
Varg takes out his well-worn notebook and flips it open. I would like you to formally legitimize my name as Varg Vanaya de la Rosa.
Ooh. I'm not sure I necessarily have the authority to do that. That is
That is why
royal
I
titles from
said what I
two
said.
different nations. Not necessarily if I can't afford that, it's whether I can even manage that. The De La Rosa,
I should have spoken my words more specifically, yes.
to give my thought process on this, the Vasnaya title comes from typically direct blood relation to the Nayan royal family. De La Rosa moniker, as I understand it from when I did some looking into Lydia, was a granted title from Rosaina, typically given to members in good standing of the Rosainan government, the Rosainan regent. People who are heroes of the nation, people who are acknowledged for their accomplishments and are in high standing. To claim that would to be claiming yourself on the same level as Lydia.
Would the surname of Vanaya be, and only this, more possible? I seek no legitimate claim to anything regarding the Nayan nation.
The Nayan
I
men,
simply wish to be a spy. I simply wish to be a thorn in their sides, just like my master was.
he gives you a wry grin at that and says, let's see. That's more doable. Not to mention more supported, as you do have the hereditary documentation that supports that. One moment. As he actually reaches into his desk and he produces what looks to be a long needle. I held on to this for a time, and it's an item of interest to me as we have been dealing with Naya for quite a while. He sits down in his chair, he leans back and even kicks up a boot onto the table. If you do this, you may very well find yourself entangled in Nayan politics at some point, and they are arcane. I mean that not in the magical sense, but in the inscrutable sense.
I've already been hunted by hoodlums and mercenaries due to her name.
Mhm.
Why not kick it up a notch?
Oh man, I'd hate for you to be a member of my court. He kind of levels the little needle at you. Well, it's less a needle and more like looks like a long, sort of silvery spike of sorts. Almost like a letter opener, without the sort of handguard on it. You do this. with the way I know Nyan politics to work, there will be people who will potentially take issue with your claim. You'll have legitimacy if this, he points the spike up at the ceiling so to sort of draw attention to it, proves correct. They are obsessed with a blood right in Naya, and I mean obsessed. Everything about the royal court there revolves around how closely related to the core royal family you are. Closely related you are
If
to
they
the king and
find if they find offense with my namesake, then they indirectly legitimize it.
queen. They do. And then that can embroil you in the politics. I mentioned this because there are people above and below you on the ladder who might try to get rid of you. However, given how removed you are from everything, and how much you travel around, I don't foresee this being too much of an issue. But if you ever find yourself in the Quadranon again, and considering, he then points the spike at Mallory, his grudge with Naya, this may go deeper than you intended to. And so long as you understand that, you will then turn it over in his hand and extend the handle towards you.
We did it. 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 We did it.
He gestures for you to take it from his hand.
My bad. I was talking to Addie. Sorry, I didn't realize she had unmuted
That
my mic.
was cute. What the
Very
fuck?
She kicked me on the side of the head, and I didn't realize it unmuted my mic.
He did it.
Yeah,
We did it. We did it. We did it.
Very cute.
Guy just off to the side.
He's holding
We
up.
did it. We did it. We did it. We did it.
He's got a fucking elbow in his hand. Like, we did it. No.
We did it. We did it. We did it.
The king gestures for you to take the spike out of his hand. If
Mark
indeed
checks
you intend to
document.
do this, the Della Rosa title is likely out of your reach unless you decide to do something in service of Rosaina. Or if you can somehow prove to the Rosainan regent that you are of comparable level to Lydia. Though he still might not do it if that power isn't in service of his nation. Normally, that title is given to people who are loyal to the nation, directly in service to it. Most kings and regents don't like having people that powerful walking around where they're not directly under their thumb. Something that you may become quite acquainted with as it goes on. As your name gets out there, you're going to have more and more figures of power who are going to hope to keep you nailed down in place. You're going to hate it. Believe me, when the big dogs start yapping for your help and trying to tie you to their nations with offers of marriage to their daughters and bits of parcels of land, it's never going to end.
Maybe you'll be one of them someday.
Oh, I am one of them. But see, my policy when it comes to trying to tie down people to my service is friendship.
I'd figure.
I have no intention of asking anything of you guys that you wouldn't give me any other way. I feel like that will probably produce far better results than trying to press gang or scheme my way into your good graces or locking you in place with betrothals. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. So, my point stands. He gestures for you to take the thing out of his hand. If you're going to want to go down that path, you're going to want one of these. We got this off of a Nyan spy we apprehend. That right there. Just 1 second. There we go. That right there is a needle enchanted with a persistent effect of Detect Relations. If you draw blood with it, it will confirm or deny whether you are of relation to the Nyan royal family. If you have that, and it reacts properly, if the blade turns blue up till the hilt, you will have proof positive, undeniable by any of the Nyan royalty who might pursue you, that you are of direct relation to the Nyan royal family. And if that's the case, that's where the trouble really begins. Do you accept it?
Badly.
You take the spike out of his hand?
He does.
Right. He leans back again, leaning back into his chair and relaxing a bit and say, I don't envy you for what's going to follow after this. I just hope you really make the Nyan squirm. Congratulations. You're all about to get involved in royal politics.
I don't suppose
Yay!
this.
Oh no.
I don't suppose
Yippee!
this would.
Lovely.
I love royal politics.
What's a royal and what's a politic?
I
I'm
know
sorry,
it,
I missed.
out of character. Out of character.
I missed it.
You missed it. Out of character, there's at least been half the party that have been baying and begging me for a chance today at a masquerade ball. Congratulations, this is your ticket.
Ooh, balls, balls, balls.
So, how big did it? How much did it glow? I missed that part.
Oh, we haven't gotten to that bit yet. Vark
Yeah.
just
Oh, good.
took the spike.
Say that this works the way I intend. Would it permit me to pick up a banner of sorts?
It could potentially allow you to inherit any portion of her estate that hasn't already been carved up and given to other members of the royal family.
I don't
Anything her
see
family may have held
property.
on to, you could claim any housing or land you could lay claim to as well. You could lay claim to her family's what do you call it? Her family's heraldry. Anything that's left over and that hasn't been viciously taken apart and cannibalized, absolutely, you may. You're going to have to talk to them about it. Which likely
Take
means
everything from the sons of
that likely
bitches.
means either getting in contact with a Nyan embassy and making your claim to your heritage public, or going directly to Naya and laying claim yourself. I could potentially
Vark, from what
I could potentially have someone do it on your behalf, but they would still have to use your name while doing so.
On top of that, Vark, I believe that if we showed up at Naya ourselves, it would make a bigger impact. And you know how royalty loves those.
This makes you do so love surprise visits. So hello, Ari.
Vark takes the spike and turns over his hand, inspecting the sigils emblazed on them. Then he takes the tip and pokes it into the back of his hand in the middle of one of the sigils.
The spike presses into the skin, and a bit of dark blood beads up into the blade, and then begins to seep up the handle until the blade itself turns a rusty red. And then from the tip, like ink going up a pen, navy blue.
How's that for combustible lemons?
I don't understand.
Oh.
My master would.
Well, there you go. Congratulations. Your last name is Vanaya.
Thank you very much.
That's an interesting pregnancy test. Okay.
We already have one child in the room, please.
The
Cease.
All right then. Besides wanting to lay claim to your title, you can keep that, by the way. Is there anything else you would ask of the royal crown?
Suppose a business similar to what Mallory has asked for. It's a good
Mallory?
idea.
Oh, I thought you said Melody.
No. If it sounded like that, I must have mumbled it. I did say Mallory.
Alright, my bad.
Okay, what
Oh,
kind
good.
of business exactly?
You like mustard?
Vog.
No.
I'm really interested in the
No.
fast food business. It's
Yeah.
especially fast when it explodes.
Yeah.
We'll call
gonna
it
blow
muscle
up
lemons.
and act like you don't know nobody.
In that.
We call it mouth explosion.
Yes.
Varg blinks for a moment and then shrugs. I have no idea. I don't know how to run a business.
Well, that's definitely an obstacle. Well, I don't know. You seem proficient in alchemy. Perhaps you could start something there.
Not in the foreseeable future.
He blew up a hot dog stand and he's prohibited from using alchemy for
Excuse
3
me?
months.
What?
It is a bit of a long story.
Talk to the Captain Guard about this, aren't I?
Don't worry, we already spoke to. Actually, I don't believe she was the captain of the guard.
No, she
I
was.
believe her name was Bianca. Is that
Oh,
correct?
you've met the captain.
Yes. I think the
Yes.
situation has been resolved already.
It has been.
Okay.
Fines have been levied and they have been paid, but
Okay.
I have been forbidden from using alchemy within the borders of your nation for the foreseeable future, and I intend to uphold that.
Did she say how long the ban was?
3 months?
Yes, out of character, yes. And then he was like, that sounds right. Okay. Well, you're probably not going to be in the country in the next 3 months, so doesn't mean you can't get started on it. But if what you want is to potentially set up a business here, I mean,
It wouldn't be me doing it anyway.
it's my same question comes to you that I posed to Mallory is how. You're going to be on the road for quite a bit, and it's difficult to keep a property shop business running without the owner there to oversee it. Would you just want to get a cut out of the business and just leave it running on its own? Because otherwise, there's other things I could do to reward you that wouldn't require so much direct oversight.
My lack in business expertise definitely makes this more difficult. I'm sure Mallory could teach me some things, but
Apparently, according to my records, Mallory used to run his whole own operation back in the theocracy.
Ixnay on the history.
I'm sorry, I don't speak Big
Isn't
Latin.
What's Latin? You mean
What's
Pig
Latin?
Celestial?
Sorry, I don't speak God's tongue. Fine, all right. That said, yes, he could probably teach you a few things. I'll leave that to you two. Maybe we can shelve that for the time being.
yes, that's a good idea.
In the meantime, what else can we possibly do? See about rounding up some people who could help you with that. Some business experts, maybe somebody to help. brief you on how exactly that might work the next time you come around. Alternatively, I could just give you part ownership of one of the alchemy businesses here, or even give you just an honorary membership or honorary title of Royal Alchemist, so that you have access to the alchemy lab here within the palace. Is there a particular reason you want to run a business? Is it curiosity, money? Is it like a curiosity?
Considering our profession, money is always needed. And I figured a steady influx would serve us well.
I wondered if that was the reason. Mallory had much similar reasoning for the requests he made. What I could do is I could take the money that I might have put towards the reward for you and invest it. And then you can, I suppose, next time you pass through, ask for your cut. Get your, with interest, of course. Honestly, if you really wanted to, I could forward the liquid assets to Stanislav, and he could probably invest it on your behalf far more shrewdly than I could. Also, it might be a place closer to home for you that you could stop off at to gain your to get your earnings.
That's not a bad idea. I would like that.
Excellent. We've been in talks lately, so I'll get that to him as soon as possible. Hopefully, when things get a little less busy sometime soon, we'll be able to put a bit more priority on that. It's always nice to have vampires in your back pocket. Never underestimate them for the sake of business dealings and legal matters. It is such a relief to be able to offload that. I have half the inkling that most nations in the world right now would not run nearly as efficiently or as smoothly if they didn't have a bunch of impartial vampires to leave the legal matters to. And yet they continue to prove their worth and their point in spite of Aradine. It's a beautiful thing. So, I believe, unless you have something else you would think of, we can just kind of put a pin in that. We can move on from your request, Mark, to Chaiko. Is there anything you would ask of from me?
I have a few things that could come to mind.
I get the distinct
First,
feeling that yours might be a bit more materialistic.
whatever gave that away. First things first. First thing I would like to ask for would be, what out of character? I know what I'm speaking of. Figurine of the Dwarven Forge. Would Chaiko know what that is?
The what?
Figurine of the Dwarven Forge. I'll send you a link to it real quick.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Would Chaiko know what that is? Probably not. That's one of the closely guarded secrets of the dwarves.
Okay. So there goes that idea.
The idea of a magically portable forge, however, is definitely something she could conceive of.
Yeah. Okay, so instead of name dropping it, something more along the lines of, I can't really do my craft on the go. So maybe if you can help me make something or know of something that could help me make what like a blacksmith forge, but portable, I guess.
Definitely difficult. Furnaces and anvils are heavy, so being able to
They really
transport
are.
them by magic would probably make things a great deal easier for a traveling smith. You know, I heard about something similar. I think I heard about that through a dwarven dignitary at one point. It said they that's how they managed to do metal work when they're up in when they're prospecting new sections of high peaks in the mountains. Also doubles as a place to keep them warm too, apparently. I could see about asking around, or perhaps some of our court mages could see about whipping something up similar. Sure, give us a couple of days.
Okay. If that can't be done, I read a book out of character. How long are we staying here for? A few more days, like.
Like as far as Guillermo is concerned, the boat is going to take another day or two to get ready.
Okay, so realistically, this one isn't going to happen. But I want to ask anyways. I also been thinking recently. I've read this book a long time ago. It was about creating constructs of the sorts, and I've been really wanting to try and do that for a while now, but I can't. Moving around so much, there just isn't enough time to get down and trying to do that. From what I can tell, I nearly have all the items myself, spells, magics. Just need a little bit more a place. I can buy all the resources, I'm pretty sure. Just need a place to work. But we're not going to be here too long, are we?
Another issue of workspace.
Seems so.
I don't know how much we can help you with that. Does creating these things require a specialized workshop?
Out of character voice here. Technically, I think it requires a. I'm looking at the thing right now. It says that it is after the body is sculpted, it is animated through an extended magic ritual that requires a specially prepared laboratory or workroom, similar to an alchemist laboratory. Oh well.
Unless
this.
A forge I might be able to help with, but an entire laboratory on the move, I don't think I can help you with that. It's not like we can just carry around rooms in our pockets, not usually. The matter of creating I don't know if you could convert the inside of your wagon to fulfill that that need.
That's too much for just doing. That's too much for something for I want. Psycho stumped. There's really not much I can really ask for currently or want to. Okay, since things I want I really can't are going to be hard to get. Can I just get a large sum of money?
Well, I was going to say, if asking for material goods is too difficult, then is there any? You did ask previously about information. Are you still interested in that? Did you?
I am. I was avoiding that topic really.
See, I was going to ask if you'd ever had that conversation with Shizuka. I hope you have, but I assume not.
I did.
You did. Well, it's not much of a secret at this point, but she was involved in she was another casualty, apparently, of the tragedy that befell your village.
Wait. Oh?
She didn't tell you this.
No, hold on. Out of character. Mm-hmm. Did we talk? Because I vaguely recall Shizuka vaguely mentioning, essentially, yes, she's from the Titan's Arm, but she's not after me.
Well, I think in character, Guillermo was like, well, that cat's out of the bag. Suppose I may as well fill you in. Consider this part of your reward, I suppose. I'm gonna have to apologize to Shizuka later. I'm not gonna walk that back. That cat's out of the bag, in and out of character.
What's it called? Yeah, I guess at this point, Chico's eyes are darting around the room, not looking at anything particularly, but more just rapid thinking.
Calm down. She told you that she wasn't after you, correct?
Yes.
That's first and foremost. Shizuka was a casualty, in fact, a fatality of whatever happened in your village. I had feared as much when I first heard your story when you came here, and after doing some looking in, as I promised I would do, I looked into the situation a little bit, and it turns out that the day she died was around the same time that you were chased out of your village. At the very least, that's how the timeline matches up based on what you told me. And I have good reason to suspect that the perpetrator that she is after is the very same person responsible for her hometown. Whoever caused that travesty is also responsible for Shizuka's death.
The fox lets out a giant sigh.
Ari in chat says that she's pretty sure that she's openly talked about it, that she died at the crafting festival, but she knows Chico didn't do it because she's a revenant. Yeah.
I don't. Either it's been too long, there's a
It's been
chance,
a while.
or I don't remember her mentioning Shizuka mentioning how she died.
She mentioned that she died at a festival. I remember that, but I don't remember.
I think it might have not been specified that it was the crafting festival, just a festival.
Yeah,
Maybe
I remember that she mentioned that she died at a festival, and subsequently she also went, "I know that you're innocent." But it was at different times. I remember because Shizuka said, "I know that you are innocent because I'm a
You're not
revenant."
who I'm
Or
after.
I would
It's like,
yeah.
yeah.
You're not who I'm after. Yeah,
Something
it
along
was
those
it was
lines.
it was at- yeah it was at two different intervals when those conversations happened, but they did both happen.
Oh, okay. So
I think the disconnect there might be the
chop.
issue.
Yeah, I'm gonna chop that up to my memory, just not getting enough keywords to save that memory bit.
Gotcha. All right. So yeah, point being, Guillermo just nods and sighs and says, "Yeah." I was hoping you guys would come to talk about that organically. I don't know if there was just a miscommunication there, but yeah. So if you still want me to look into that, still get people to get. I don't have a lot of fingers going into the Titan's arm, but I can probably orchestrate something.
All right. Yes, I was going to come back to that later because things, but yeah, I would. I got to figure this out at some point.
Gotcha. Okay. As for a lump sum of cash, if that's what you'd like, and I know that you're definitely the more artistry minded of the group, and likely more often aching for money and materials. Believe me, the budget that goes into our workshop, I'd rather not look at that many zeros in my lifetime. A portion of that will go into, hopefully, either commissioning or requisitioning one of those portable forges. See. Otherwise, that'll take a bite out of it. The remaining amount of money, I can take the difference and order that to you as a lump of cash, and you can take that with you. Hopefully, purchase materials and use that to further shore up yourself at the party. Does that sound agreeable?
I'd very much appreciate. Yes, that's very good.
Okay.
Sorry, just hearing that thing before, my mind's a little scattered.
That's fine. You take your time. I'm sure you have a lot to think about. I'll take the opportunity to take whatever little difference of money would have gone to other members of the party that might have not quite made it to like be covered by their requests, and just pile it in there and say that's a group-wide investment from myself. I'll pay that personally. he takes a what looks to be a pre-perforated piece of paper, rips it off of a stack, and then begins quickly with a fountain pen signs it, and then hands that towards you and say, "Take that to the treasurer, and he'll award you a lump total of 15,000 gold."
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Again, with that, everything said and the rewards doled out, I'll probably send a messenger to Flick to hopefully get his word on this, assuming he's awake sometime soon, not dead by the time you guys ship out.
Just gonna add.
I'll be damned if I'll be the first king to ever witness a catfolk drowning in alcohol.
No. It'll
Please.
be alright.
I'm
I
sure.
made sure of that before we left here.
That's good. With you guys to look after him, you in particular, Sarah, and I don't doubt he'll be fine. Still, take that to the treasurer, and he'll make sure to get you your money, and hopefully that goes a ways towards helping you guys all stay alive. I've got a lot to sort out. We've got people to contact, commissions to make, and to you, Alba, you picked an interesting group of people to travel with.
I like that they keep things interesting.
Oh, it's going to be interesting, all right. These
Mhm.
guys run into
That's
trouble
right.
everywhere they go.
Don't remind
I
me.
cannot quite see where it will all go. But all paths lead at the very least to entertainment.
Well,
And I'm going to learn a lot. And she's kind of looking up to Zero. And again, her actual eyes looking past, but the golden eye is on you.
Siren like bashfully goes, I'll try my best.
There's a capricious god looking through the third eye on Alba's forehead. That capricious god is called Chat. The face. Anyway, yes, the child is ominous, as is befitting the oracle. The king just sort of gives a wry smirk and then says, "Okay, I believe that's everything in terms of business. Besides that, how have you all been? Has the festival at least treated you all well? I understand a few of you have really, really dug into the festivities."
Yes. I mean, things have been stressful, but I think we've all tried to deal with it the best way we can.
Considering what I put you all through, I hope so. Again, I'm sorry it went that far, but I had to do what I had to do.
You needn't apologize. You were rightfully asking for help to protect your kingdom. You were doing the right thing.
Glad you see it that way. Now, until the time that the boat is prepared, it shouldn't be a day or two. You, of course, have room and board supplied for, paid for by the crown. You needn't worry about that. Again, you have the run of the kingdom. Just please be kind to my people. What else was I considering? There's the park too. Yes, I believe that's everything that I could potentially talk about or ask of you all. Please come around and visit again sometime. Hopefully we'll be able to meet under more peaceful circumstances.
Indeed. Thank you for everything, really.
Likewise. Now go on. I've got king things to do.
Real quick, where did you put our birds at?
I don't know. Weren't you the ones who dropped them off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Where did we put those?
All we've had is a servant going in 3 times a day to go feed them and clean their cages.
Oh, I thought that'd be more annoying. Well, that's good to
That's
hear.
why we only have a servant going in 3 times a day. We're fully aware of how much of a nuisance they are. Please take them.
No, we open the door.
I might actually
We
have,
open.
one of our maids might actually have to go through psychiatric help. She says something
Was
about
it
the
Papa?
eyes.
Yes,
Lo-
they do
lo-
stare into you.
Looks at Chaika.
Yeah, something about their eyes.
Yeah, something about their eyes. Wait, does Draco know? Yeah. She does. She
Yes,
should.
because you were the one who did it, you
Yeah.
asshole.
Oh, I thought you were.
Kinda.
I thought you were referring about the true words or whatever they were
True
called.
speak.
You gave them
True
true
speak.
Gave
sentience
it
for only a
sentience.
moment and then stole it.
Because
Oh my
Listen,
god.
we all make mistakes, okay?
That
Mm.
is
that
like
was
that is a horrific war
Sure.
crime.
that is a
Well, it wasn't during a war,
evil.
so it was just a crime against nature.
It was just a horrific crime against nature. Yeah, there we go. Somehow worse.
Are you really an
Maybe you
adventurer if you don't pervert the natural order in some fashion?
You know, fair point.
Especially if you're a wizard.
Listen. It will.
Lydia would be proud.
Realistically, that's not going to be my worst crime during this entire journey. I'm gonna
Considering
be-
some of the shit you've asked permission for before, I don't doubt that.
Don't remind me.
Kid Oppenheimer over here.
Listen.
Oxenheimer.
Thought experiments are just that in your
Oh.
head. It doesn't
I
matter.
heard Foxenheimer.
Yeah.
The difference between a war criminal and a mad scientist is whether or not you keep the crimes in your head.
Anyways, I'm adding that
Full-time
15.
short
I'm
world.
I'm adding that 15k gold to my inventory now.
Wow.
Nice wallet I have.
Yes. So yes,
Mhm.
you can basically just say like at a point when you leave, you can stop by the treasury, and yes, they will help place 15,000 gold worth of gold and platinum into your pouch, considering you have a extra dimensional storage. Don't worry about
Handy
giving you a big
haversack go burr.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it like having a big old box full of coinage to lug around. Yeah. So, the king gives you all a nod and says, "Right, I've got royal duties to see to. Much as I am remiss to do so, I got a country to run, and you guys have grand deeds and adventures to go accomplish.
Yes.
You, small child, you have interesting things ahead of you, I'm sure."
Oh, I'm not sure of that too.
Who, me?
Ugh,
Let's be.
I don't know what to think. Whether or not it's ominous that you found them or that they found you.
It is all going according to the plan.
Yes.
That's not terrifying. I bid you all adieu. Have a wonderful day.
I've been saying the
Let's
same
see.
thing. Yes, let's go.
It's fate. I
I don't like the concept of fate. Anyways,
There are so
Fate.
many strands.
It's just like Guillermo just looks at Kari and goes, "I've been fighting it all my life. Feel my pain. Have a good day."
Get it?
Goodbye.
As the door shuts, and Guillermo's left to himself in his office, just kicks his feet up, takes a deep breath, and says, "Nice, folks."
This is the part where he betrays us and says into a sending stone, "Kill them."
Get them all.
Demote them to economy.
Almost actually a sleeper agent.
Oh no.
Someone walks by her, the eagle has landed. Immediate mood shift. Sleeper agent, engage. Anyway, so yes, you get your money. You're all escorted out of the palace. Before you leave, Mallory, you're handed a letter. On the front, in a wax stamp, is a sigil that looks like a cog and a matchstick.
Alright.
Yay.
Nice.
Receives a letter. Keeps walking. Does not elaborate. Leaves.
What?
Oh,
So valid.
yeah. I'm gonna read the letter.
I see. So I was just waiting to see if you like whether or not you open it and read it, or if you just keep going. Yeah. If you open up the letter and you take the parchment out of it, unfold it, and begin reading.
Yeah, it explodes in my hands. Yes.
Yes, a gun extends out of the letter and immediately shoots you in the face.
Oh
Fucking
my god.
part 4 style.
Matchlock surprise.
All according to plan.
Fucking Alba starts dragging Mallory's corpse into a back alley and disappears.
No, okay.
According
In
to-
Tavern menu, this is just what this is what happens in general.
They got the Kishir
What
raw.
does Jojo even about? Jesus Christ.
There's a JoJo gift for everything.
I fucking love part 4.
The solid gift.
It's
Words
genuinely
could
just
kill.
one of my favorite parts. It's so
It
stupid.
is so
It
dumb.
It's
is.
like, all right, what if paper could kill? And it's like, okay, Rocky, dude, what the
Done.
fuck are you on? And he was like, and what if food made you better, but it made your teeth fall out? It's like, dude, please
Yeah,
stop.
but you're like your whole stomach got re-fucking arranged. And shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if
Pearl
the
Jam.
quality of your ingredients could cure cancer. Now, that side story was
But watch out.
that side story actually made me tear up. That was actually
Purple
That was
Haze
very
feedback
sweet.
is great. I fucking, yeah.
is the small child siege possibly?
Yeah.
3 times 3 is 9. Okay. So, taking 1 second. So knocking on the door.
Oh shit.
Oh well, he's
Going to
gone.
get him.
It's a 5-0.
Oh, Julian.
Alrighty,
you
everybody.
realize-
So this is when we start discussing war crimes with Chad. Hey, Chad, how we doing?
I
tonight?
apparently I can do those on my own. Apparently, according to some DMs.
What's
Hey,
this?
hey, Julian, did you see what I sent you, by the way?
No, I forgot to check it. Hold on.
What's this? What's this about doing stuff without my permission?
Yes.
Nothing?
Who said you could have agency?
Agency? Us? Never.
Never. Everybody does it on my railroad. Nothing else. Choo choo, motherfuckers.
Exactly.
Anyway, I've been gifted fudge.
Yippee! And what about me? What about the class?
Get it?
We gotta
It's a
fight
long
for
train
it.
right then.
Oh yeah. Ooh, mint. Mint chocolate fudge. Nice.
Nice.
Right. Well, this is occupying my mastication habit.
Your what habit? No.
Mastication.
Yeah.
I like your funny words, funny man.
Magic Man.
Well,
What's
bunch
like
of
the
tourists listen to
time
me
frame
masticate.
where we at right now?
Oh, like time of day?
Yeah.
I'd say right around the afternoon. Spent a couple hours talking to the king. So,
Apple just gives like a tiny yawn.
Mallory,
Should we?
you crack open the letter,
Yes.
you unfold it, and begin reading.
Awesome.
It's an invitation to the founding factory of the Match and Luck Company to speak on the details of your personal commission.
Nice.
You are informed that the primary framework for the gun has already been decided, but any further decorations and alterations you might like can be yours to decide, as long as you make your way over quickly. There is something of a footnote that the craftsman who has been commissioned to do your firearm is an impatient one and does not suffer long waits, and so it is recommended that you make your way over to the factory quickly.
All right.
What does it say, Mallory? Is it a love letter?
Yes, it's a love letter.
Oh
Oh, good, another one.
goodness.
Hey
Yes,
Chief,
I'm very,
Frey asked the
Young
voice in his
love.
head about war crimes. Is that a devil's invite? Oh boy, is it.
No.
Now then, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go rendezvous with my,
With my personal gunsmith.
yes.
With your honey bun.
Nobody loves Mallory. Anyway.
Damn.
Sorry, no, there is one person that loves Mallory. She's dead.
I was going to say, she
Well.
died.
Damn.
That's what you get.
Wow.
Hey,
It's okay,
now.
she's fictional. Anyway, she lives in another country, another plane. Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
The Shadow Realm.
Wouldn't that be a kick in the head?
They swapped places with Vark. Just
Oh my
So to get her back, we have to sacrifice Varg. Oh, there can only be one.
Awful, wouldn't it?
Nah, they can just stay there. We're fine.
They both stay there.
It's okay.
No,
We get
sorry.
neither.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Mallory.
no,
we like
Vark-
Bark better.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Mallory's already made their peace that they assume they're dead. Now, it's just extra. They moved on, so it's
I
fine.
have
Yay.
not moved on. I have not moved on.
That is very
this life.
That's okay.
specifically Mallory's problem, is that he has not
Yeah,
moved
Mallory
on.
can't move on.
He holds on.
So yes, don't worry. That's not forgotten about. That's why I keep bringing it up and making morbid jokes about it. Right.
Can't even look in a body of water right now.
You can't even look in a pond without being reminded.
So now we got Mallory's funny little thing right here, and
He's
Karyu's vigil.
He's making his way over. There is an address attached to it, so you can find your way towards the towards the Match and Lock factory, and they are open probably around this time of day, so you can make your way over there. If there's anybody that would like to accompany him, they may. Others may go about their days as they wish. You guys have a couple of days to burn with nothing in particular waiting for you until the boat is ready.
And I kneel down to Alba and say, "Hey, do you want to go on a little adventure with me?"
Don't get it.
Hitting
Don't
her
get
head
it.
a little to the side, like she's listening to something, and then she gets like a little short. Yeah, sure.
Do you want to go stalk Mallory while he goes to rendezvous with his love?
He is not.
Like she knows, but Siren doesn't
She
know.
knows, but she. I mean, she really is like, am I going to entertain this nice lady, or am I going to be truthful for her?
I don't
Oh
think
my-
that's very nice. If Mallory doesn't want people to follow, or if he wanted to, he'd ask. I'm
It's
sure.
true, but think of it this way: if it's a secret admirer and they have bad intentions, he's going to be going into a trap all by himself. That's not very safe.
I was really thought for a second, like, okay, yeah, maybe Siren is playing or something. Maybe she is like, okay, yeah, we were just, it's a little fun thing, but she seems to be very serious. And Albert very carefully looks at Siren. It's like,
Miss Siren,
The little
Mallory
child
is not.
realizes the adult is
The
retarded.
Siren, the child is the adult here, actually.
Miss Siren, Mr. Mallory is not seeing a lover. They're just collecting something.
Oh, right, you can see through deception. So, what
I
is
mean,
he
it's
going
not.
to do, actually?
Even a blind
It's
person.
It's nothing bad.
Even a blind person
Oh.
can see that Siren is being. Trying to manipulate the
The only person that
I
can see
mean-
that Siren is fucking stupid.
Oh,
She's
no.
also she's not like she kind of in the back of her mind knows, but she's also just being a little shit.
She's being played.
Yeah.
Something
Well,
to note, actually. Up until this point, Alba, you've made it clear that every now and again you like to throw on your time site, correct?
Mhm.
Just to check every now and again.
Yeah.
So we'll have to go for one that likes tea. Yes. Oh, speaking of which, actually, yeah, Siren, on your way out, you could have raided the royal pantry to get your hands on some especially nice teas. Then there would be some like the chef there would have been like, yeah, nobody ever drinks this stuff. Absolutely, we got stuff here that's been sitting here for months. And he would just give you like he would get one of the big tins. He would get like a handful of each of the different types of teas and just like the tea bags and stuff, just cram that in there. Shut
so
it,
this
wind it shut, and like tie it shut with twine and hand it to you. It'd be like a tin the size of your head.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's like literally hundreds of tea bags.
Perfect. So actually, this conversation happened after that. Before, on the way out, she raided the pantry. She got those
Yes.
teas, all of them teas,
Yes.
and then once we were out of the castle, that's when this
Yes.
conversation
So
happened.
that
and
was
Cyrano know
retroactive. The stuff with the tea is retroactive since Grim reminded me.
Yes. Yeah.
Fire planer tea that boils its own water. Ooh, that would be spicy.
She stuffs her head in the bag and goes, "Ah, tea."
Yes. But yes, back to the conversation at hand. Alba, you have a tendency to just throw on your sight beyond sight for the for security, and just because it's a habit of yours. Something you didn't quite see before the last time you looked through Mallory, because it was difficult to see. When you looked at him, he sort of had like a sheen over his skin that was what you recognize to be semi-divine in nature. It's clear to anybody that can see that Mallory is not human. But there's something else about him that was off. But now that he's walking away, you can kind of see it a little bit better. Whenever he moves forward, there's just a little sort of after image he leaves behind that's just barely out of sync, that matches his rough build and profile.
Albert definitely like looks after Mallory. Her head, like a little old, tilting heavily to the side. Just trying to make head or tails of that before she's. I mean, she can discern if it's nothing dangerous or something, right?
Yeah, it just seems to be kind of moving in moving in sync with Mallory. Seems to almost overlap with him, but lag behind by just a bit. You swear, when that happens, you see longer hair drifting behind him, and whatever, like the afterimage seems a bit more slender than him, a little less finely dressed.
Albert would make note of that very quietly. Keep on, sometime making promise to herself to keep observing that, or throwing on her side just to, make more head or tails and then ask Mallory about it
Yeah.
if he's
Also-
aware of something.
Also, likewise, that sight beyond sight, the capybaras would show up as being made of water. Vark's tattoos would be luminescent, like glow-in-the-dark paint, and would look to almost be kind of like little ghostly arms drifting out of it. Chaco is a fox, but yes,
It was a fox.
Yeah.
very little surprise there. But yes, the
I just have magic AIDS. Well, actually, more like magic cancer.
oh no,
Yeah,
Oh no.
They're more like radiation bursting, don't you?
Yeah, I'm more like I'm just a walking
you are the
reactor.
human core.
Yeah.
Greatest terminal. Anyway,
Oh no.
Yes, so the most pressing thing here, though, is the sort of ghostly after image that seems to follow Mallory as he strides away, seemingly going off to go pick something up.
Yeah.
He's got
Well-
STDs.
Oh no.
Like you actually see like
Thank you for that, Cam.
you actually see Alva like looking after Mallory with like her head tilted to the side, very confused and unsure, before shaking her head and then focusing back on the group itself.
Something wrong?
It's I'm not sure yet. It's nothing bad. I don't think. I'm going to keep an eye out.
All right. Well, if he's just going to go pick something up, that reminds me I have something to pick up myself. The letter. Well, theoretically, there should be a letter waiting for me at the Royal Post Office
Yes.
from that professor I contacted. So, I guess you can come with me to the post office. Or you can go with someone else if you prefer.
Kind of looking at the others to see.
I
What
have
are
to
you guys up
retrieve.
to?
I have to retrieve the dragon heart before meeting with these, I guess, druids, not druids, nature people that will then help me pinpoint the location of the park, and then set up for the vigil.
I suppose the
I'd
party
like to
is
help
splitting.
with that.
Oh,
Yay, party splitting.
Yay.
then we shall.
And she's, walking over to Karia and taking his hand then.
Keep him safe now. Watch out. He's a bit of a
What the?
He'll give
strange
her.
one.
He'll give her a
socially.
finger.
Yeah.
He's
Ugh.
7 feet
Aw.
tall.
Singular finger. This man is like twice your height.
Massive.
or more. He's big.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm 7 feet tall, dude.
also on top, being closer to him now, you get an idea of with your sight, a better idea of what exactly everybody's been talking about when they say he's sort of like dangerous or tainted or whatever. This sort of downdraft of what looks to almost be like a purple mist or purple haze seems to drift off of his body around him, and just kind of, when it reaches away from him, it almost seems to turn into just wispy purple claws, then sink into the ground and then fade away.
Can she garner what that is?
Oh yes, you would know very well what that is. This is, and you also would have been briefed about him.
Deep
This
Deep.
is this not
Deep.
musk.
Deep musk.
Siren
Stop.
takes damage. Anyway,
What?
no, it was like
10
Maluna's,
million.
Maluna's just in the
As the
background.
player, I
Yeah,
say
yeah.
deep musk.
Maluna taking offense to this. It's just like, I raised you better than this, Siren. Smack. Divine Chunkla
You
from
can't
above.
kill me. I'm a bad bitch.
You get the Divine Chunkla.
Nah.
Let's see, is Skaria house trained? I think so at this point. It took a lot of effort on the player's part.
It's true. It was a very difficult thing. He still gets naked occasionally. He
Yes.
forgets.
Don't do that around the child.
Is he house
I mean, can she
trained?
really?
Oh,
Oh
okay,
my god, we have to tell him not to do that in front of the child.
Mallory had to go to bed. We will cover his bit of getting his gun next session, I think.
Okay.
And it is getting close to midnight, so I think it's a good point to start wrapping up. I'll just complete.
And I
the
should
day
get
that-
dinner soon.
It's we spent the entire session on a single day again. How about that? But at least we
Hey,
covered.
no.
We covered
We-
some
we
important
got-
2 days.
We covered 2 days this time. We did the second day pretty quickly,
Right,
and then
yes,
the
you're
third day
absolutely correct.
came around.
We're twice as fast this time around. We're improving. So
Yippee!
Yippee.
to just skip things along a little bit to finish the day out. Yes, Alba, you would know, based off of what you've been taught and what you've been briefed, this is the signs that that not only is Karia tainted by deep corruption, he is himself also emanating it. You, however, have been taught some abilities and some spells, as well as some miracles, as well as the general ways to negate and avoid deep corruption from overwhelming you. You in particular were briefed on this because of how vulnerable some people can be to it, especially young children and older folks. The general advisory is to never be in a stagnant environment. Bathing in running water and having moving air around you helps quite a bit. Not allowing negative emotions to overwhelm you. Staying in open spaces with lots of ventilation, and also there are some spells like spells like resist, delay, and and Halt Corruption are some spells that help with that as well. So it's manageable, but you also know that long proximity, even with spells like this, can sometimes result in this corruption building up and boiling over. It's important to manage these things and to stay, to never allow yourself to become stagnant when in the presence of it.
Abba would, when she really notices it, just very softly to Karia.
Is it okay if I cast a few spells? Or use a little bit of magic?
The
He's
crowd
got-
cast.
he-
The crowd
Fuck,
cast
I
is
killed
like
him.
No.
I was muted.
Oh.
You cast Touch of Death, and I fucking died.
Finger.
No.
And no, yes, Obla, I would actually recommend you do so. I don't know many myself, but I know that Siren has been rather persistent on using some. Please, by all means, I don't want you getting corrupted.
The thing is, I have no spells prepared like that, per se, because I didn't know.
Fair.
Out of character,
That's fair.
bitch ass.
We'll just say, like, for the sake of this, you've prepared relevant spells for it, and you're able
Okay.
to ward yourself against it.
Yeah, it's. I want to describe it a little bit also that Karu would feel like a little this holy energy also kind of washing over him too. Not repressing him per se, but it seems like calming whatever the fuck is going on with him down a little bit at the very least.
Yes, the slime.
She's masking the deep musk.
Karia's had one of these spells cast on him previously, and it's caused some discomfort before. It feels sort of like an oily film goes over his skin. In this case, it's a little different. The nature of the magic cast is a bit different, and it feels almost like whatever is like exuding out of you and this feeling that's bottled up inside kind of crawls to a halt. Just kind of hangs there around you and in you.
Oh, that is somehow both better and worse.
I apologize for the worst part. We figured
No,
it out.
And she's kind of like petting his hand with her tiny hand.
Ah.
Oh god.
No, it's fine.
It's a
I
hell of an
will.
image.
No, it's fine, Oba. I will make do. I've been stabbed, burned. I've taken worse. It's just strange.
Doesn't mean just because you've taken worse doesn't mean you have to continue taking worse. You deserve goodness.
Maybe you're right. Maybe
Just
you're
give him
right.
like the sweetest smile before kind of tugging him along.
Okay, we're going to go see the king now.
So Cam
Again.
and Grimmin here in chat just going back and forth where Cam is like, this is sounding just like basic rules for living a healthy lifestyle. Is this just subtle hints for him to get out more?
Yeah.
Grim, Karia needs to launder his loincloth more than once per eclipse. So cast remove curse.
But you know what?
Cast remove
It's-
corruption. Karia deflates like Bane with his tubes. Yoink.
Yeah.
And it got worse after he got stuck in his room for 2 days.
Hmm.
Mm.
My
not
dad
me
just
projecting.
gave him time to cook.
Yeah.
It's given him time to simmer,
Yeah.
steep.
We're
Yes.
gonna
Oh,
kill this guy, Alba.
Mm. Yes, it's totally not an allegory for depression. Anyway, so you go off on a journey, an adventure together, wherever that might lead you. Siren goes to the post office, finds two letters
Very
waiting for
riveting.
her. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that time that Karia went to the post office and met himself.
It was really cursed.
Yes. God, it's good. The trip to the post office is brief. There are two letters. One is what seems like the update from the professor. It is waiting for you and is addressed to your name. Another one is the one that lies on top that says, I went to request to see whether or not you had picked up the mail. I've arrived back at the university. Come seek me out.
Oh, it's been that long.
Yeah, it's been
I
that
was
long.
really stupid. I should have checked earlier. Oh well.
But
She
you guys
swipes
were
the
a bit
letters.
busy at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
There was fish and
Sure.
a dragon. Anyway, so yes,
Yeah.
he says, seek me out. And unfortunately, as it is right now, it is currently still the festival, so the university is closed. Tomorrow.
That's okay. Yeah, she'll just, I guess, sit herself on a park bench and open up the letter, take out like a little dagger and open the letter.
So the letter goes as such. Dear Siren Vishon, I hope this letter finds you well. If you have received this, then I have not returned to Orbis just yet, and I'm still undergoing my investigation. However, I have upturned a few interesting things. I believe I found the field where your town went missing. I know this because I found strong traces of conjuration magic within the area of a completely empty field. Beyond this, all I know is that it is more than simply a form of ensconcement or teleportation. It seems to be some form of containment. I believe your village was shunted into a demiplane. More than this, I do not know. Any further updates I will continue to send. Hopefully I'll have more for you soon. Signed, Head of the Department of Conjuration Magics.
She kind of, her eyes definitely raise at the line, I believe your village was shunted into a demiplane. And she kind of thinks to herself, that's a strong possibility now that I think of it. I think I've got 2 people I need to speak to for different reasons.
Actually,
yeah.
I was gonna say, can I take my exit scene left right now because I want to get dinner
Yes,
because
actually, 'cause
before.
we're going to be wrapping up real soon. You may go and have your dinner
Alrighty.
if you wish. Thank you very much.
Alright.
Thank you for being here.
Yep, thanks for having me. Sorry, but I
Okay.
think dinner's open till like 5:30, I think. So
Yeah,
Okay.
you're good. Eat.
Go eat.
I'll be back. Well, I
Yes.
guess not be back, but I'm yeah. After
Later.
session. Good job.
After session, good chat.
I have my things I'm going to do next session. I already know.
Yes. That business card in your pocket is definitely burning a hole there.
Yeah, now I have actual time to do that and also to send another sending message. But this time to a different dragon.
Oh boy. All right then. I believe, just as a final out, Hollow and Vark, anything you would want to end the day on?
Actually, Holo will try to see about getting the cart improved a little bit more, any way possible.
All right.
We
You
can-
can start prodding around for that later, maybe next session.
Yeah.
Also, yes, Cam brings up a good point to the Hogwarts school motto: "Never poke a sleeping dragon." But you know, does this dragon even sleep? Vark, what about you?
You cut off there. What did you ask?
I was asking if there's anything you'd like to end the day on.
Vark does a little doodle of a flag with a banner. The banner is a little lemon.
Nice. Beautiful. You have created your new family heraldry. I like this. Right.
I have an actual idea for, but like if he actually ends up getting one, I already have an idea, but this is his little little doodle for now.
Beautiful. All right. With that, I think that's a good place to end the session on. Thank you guys very much for playing. Those who stayed, those who didn't. And Tia, thank you very much for making a guest appearance. I'm looking forward to having you on for the next few
Yes,
sessions.
exactly.
Lovely.
Oh, that's so
Yippee!
cute.
She's a darling.
I got you all.
Also,
You
kind
thought
of.
I would bring Miar back, and I didn't.
You
I
think
thought
we're
Miara
giving
was
you
about
a
to come out of the
Mordon? I'm
suit.
fucking kidnapping you.
I
Oh,
thought
no.
I thought Miara was gonna come out of the suitcase. I was like, huh?
Oh,
Miar, Inquisitor.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I actually
Purpose.
thought that we were getting Pebby's character.
Nope.
I was like, no, I think Pebby's character's from the papacy. So like,
Haha, double mislead. But yes, thank you
Got
very
it.
much. I'm going to go ahead and transition us out. Grim and Ari and Cam, thank you very much for popping in. It's always nice to have folks by. And thank you for adding to the chaos. Grim seeing us off with a self-care, and he has spotted the new redeem. Lovely. Bully the child, enjoy the fudge. I loved the fudge. Thank you very much. Mint chocolate was nice. So yeah.
What was said about bullying the child?
Bully the child.
No.
Anyway, see you guys later. Have a good one, and bye-bye.
bye bye.
Bye bye.